From pretty much the present, this is your host, Adam Graham, bringing you a week of old-time radio detective podcasts from 2012. Because these podcasts are many years old, any offers or information included in the podcast may not be valid unless they're currently reflected on our Great Detectives of Old Time Radio website at greatdetectives.net. Here now is a week of old-time radio detective podcast. Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me, box13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us over on Twitter at Radio Detectives and give us a call, 208-991-4783. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thanks so much for all your support. Now it's time for today's adventure of Frank Race, The Adventure of the Silent Heart.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Tom Collins. The war changed many things, the face of the earth and the people on it. Before the war, Frank Race worked as an attorney, but he traded his law books for the cloak and dagger of the OSS. And when it was over, his former life was over, too. Adventure had become his business. The Adventures of Frank Race. We join Frank Race for The Adventure of the Silent Heart.
It was hot in New York. One of those summer days when the newspaper sent cameramen on the prowl for some citizen sufficiently touched with the sun to try finding an egg in the sidewalk. For the moment, I felt like the egg. But coming out of the furnace-blasted street into the air-cooled offices of Trans-Columbia Life Plan was like passing from this vale of tears into some unexpected Valhalla.
Oh, ain't this something? Say, are all offices like this, Russ? No wonder secretaries look so fresh at 5 o'clock.
In the reports, you look pretty fresh to secretaries, too, Mark. At all hours.
Stop with it, Crown. Look, who is this guy that you're going to see?
Fred Jeremy. There's his name right there in that door.
Well, why don't I go in with you? Maybe the guy's got something cool in a glass to go with the cool air.
He probably wants to see you alone, Mark.
Can I help you?
My name's Race. I'd like to see Mr. Jeremy.
Oh, well, go right in, Mr. Race. You're expected.
Race? I think I'll wait out here after all.
Mark, someday they'll pass a law making cab drivers wear blinkers. It'll be rough on you, boy. Rough.
Take your time in it.
I will. You take your time out here.
Hey, look, baby. I know a place where there was a three-piece band at
I hate dancing.
Now, Mark.
Yeah.
You try not to freeze to death while I'm gone. Fred Jeremy. Thick-lensed glasses and a high forehead. He had the look of the kid who sat next to you in school, the one who turned in his arithmetic paper 20 minutes before you finished yours. At the moment, his eyes were glued on some charts hanging on the wall.
Know anything about graphs, Race? Take a look at these. Statistics on angina pectoris, heart disease. This one represents the national average of deaths due to heart ailments.
That's pretty high.
It is, Race. It's a big killer.
And what's the other chart?
That represents one county in our New England district.
Same disease?
Yes, Race, the same disease. But notice the sharp upswing in deaths during the past year.
It's doubled the national average.
Yes. Of course, it could be a coincidence.
But you don't think so?
Obviously not. I wouldn't have sent for you. Race, I think there's a murder ring operating in that county.
Is any special pattern that the claims follow?
Yes. The majority of the claims have been paid to business partners. Look at this latest one. The deceased, Richard Dodge, was insured for $50,000 by the financing partner, Arthur Becker.
Mm-hmm.
But Becker's original investment in the business was only $8,000.
I'd like to have a copy of that report.
There's one in this folder, along with a list of other cases that are suspiciously similar. Race, the town of Midville is situated on a lake right near the center of that county. It's rather popular as a vacation resort. You could use a vacation, couldn't you?
I'll leave tonight. I'll let you know where I'm staying.
Oh, brother, what a layout. Now, this is living, Race. And did you see those gorgeous chicks down by the lake? I am going to like you,
Yeah, be careful of your heart, Mark. This place is becoming noted for angina pectoris.
Yeah? You know anybody who can introduce us to the dance?
Now, this is one you wouldn't enjoy meeting. Come on, let's climb into some swim trunks. Huh?
That is exactly what I had in mind.
Come in.
Mr. Rafe,
That's right.
my name is Arthur Becker.
He's a fat man. But the way he carried himself told me that muscles were hidden under those layers of flesh. Muscles that would respond viciously if ever he was cornered. His eyes were those of a hunter. Light blue and cold. Very cold. Too cold for this to be a vacation.
My business partner, Richard Dodge, passed away a short time ago. I had him insured to protect my investment. I understand you're investigating the claim.
Who sells you your information, Becker?
This is a small town race. You sent a wire reporting your arrival to the insurance company. The boy who took the wire has rather a poor sense of ethics. He reads things.
What do you want, Becker?
What do you want, Race? I might help you to find it quickly and save us both a lot of time.
You insured Richard Dodge for $50,000, but you only invested $8,000 in the garage he opened. It doesn't add up.
I like Dodge. He was a competent mechanic with a good reputation.
And according to the medical report, when the insurance examination was made, he was a very healthy mechanic with a very good heart.
People have been known to take sick quite suddenly.
Well, this is a bit too convenient, especially with the money involved.
Well, I can see you haven't a very trusting nature, Race. I thought I might be helpful. After all, none of us know when the old pump might give out, Race. Could happen to anybody. It might even happen to you.
In checking around Midville, I found that Richard Dodge, the latest victim of the heart disease racket, had a mother. I went to see her.
I can't understand what happened to my boy, Mr. Reed. He was so big and strong. Played football when he was in high school, you know.
Did he have any insurance? Any payable to you, I mean?
He did before he went into the business with Mr. Becker. But then Richard increased his old policy and made it over to Becker so that the premiums wouldn't cost too much.
You mean Richard paid the premiums himself?
No, I paid them. I had a little money left over from my husband's pension.
I see.
I have some pictures of my son in his football uniform and when he was a soldier. Would you like to see them, Mr. Reed?
No, I'd... Yes. Yes, Mrs. Dodge. I'd like to see them. There are some pictures you can't erase from your mind. Richard Dodge had been tall and straight, clean-looking. Now there was nothing left for the little old lady who prayed him safely through a war, only to see him die without reason. I walked back to the hotel.
Well, hey, it's about time you got back. It's been a dame looking for you. She said there was something you didn't know, and she thought might help you.
I must be this week's target for good deeds. Everybody wants to help me. She leave a name?
Yeah. She said she was Mrs. Dodge. That mean anything?
Mrs. Dodge. But I just left the old lady less than half an hour ago.
This dame was here a half hour ago. And, she ain't old. Not with that complexion. She said she'd go down and wait for you in a car. Parked at the end of the driveway. Blue convertible.
I better see her. Yeah, but I've got something for you to do, too. Here's a list of all the possible victims of the ring. They all died in this county. The county coroner's right here in Midville. Go over this list with him, will you, and find out if he performed an autopsy on any of them, and tell him I'll make a copy of his report in each case.
Oh, fine. I get all the nice jobs. All you gotta do is chase after the dolls, but lucky me. I draw the county coroner.
Now get going, boy. It may be good. The blue convertible was at the end of the driveway, all right. The girl behind the wheel steered to the highway. I saw her face in the last glow of the sun. It was lovely. Lovely enough to make me forget for a moment why I was here. Finally, she turned into a small country lane and stopped.
Got a cigarette?
Here.
Thanks. You didn't know Richard Dodge was married, did you?
That's something I still don't know.
We were married secretly more than a year ago.
I don't want to sound like a house detective, but I suppose you have the license.
No. Richard kept it.
That was an odd choice. Most men keep the bride. Especially when she looks like you, Mrs. Dodge.
Call me Red.
Red. That's an unusual name.
Not really. It stands for Lorraine. When I was a child, it was too much to handle all at once.
Why did you bring me out here? Not just to tell me that Richard Dodge had a wife.
Our marriage was secret. I didn't know what would come out in your investigation.
You're safe. His insurance wasn't made out to you.
Richard and I never announced our marriage because I was sorry I ever got into it. It wasn't until later that he told me about his heart.
Told you what about his heart?
He was sick. He was always afraid that he was going to die.
The insurance examiner doesn't agree with him. Neither did the doctors in the United States Army.
It could be wrong, couldn't they, Ray? You believe me, don't you?
She leaned toward me, and her eyes were blue in the dusk. Blue and smoky as a Harlem band at midnight. Her hair brushed the side of my face, and her arms went around my neck. A man who gets kissed like that needs a strong heart.
I could go very fond of you, Ray. You'd let me?
Should object, should I? After all, you recover quickly. The last man you were found out has been dead almost 2 weeks.
I told you that Richard was a mistake.
Whoever killed him made a mistake, too.
You have no right to say he was killed, not unless you have some proof. Race.
All right, Race. Well, out of the car. Get your hands up.
Race, it's a hold-up.
Save that for the Midville Little Theater, baby. You'll never make Broadway.
You keep your lip button, wise guy. Tell the dame to start the car and get out of here.
Why don't you tell her? You know her name as well as you knew mine.
Go ahead, sister. Beat it.
Night had fallen. She had to put her lights on to turn the car on the narrow road. My back was to her, and the lights hit the man with the gun square in the face. I dove at him. I'm turning this gun into your stomach. Why don't you pull the trigger now?
Let it go, you!
Sure.
With this.
Oh, Race. Race, I was so frightened.
Yeah, you're so sincere. Come on. Drive me back to my hotel.
Well, what about Carson? Oh.
So his name's Carson. Thanks. Let's leave him there. The duel will bring him around.
Brother, what happened to you? You got lipstick on your mouth with the rest of you. What did she do, kiss you and then push you into a concrete mixer?
Rival popped up. A fellow named Carson. How'd you make out with the car?
Fine. But killed a whole quart of elderberry wine. He makes it himself.
How about the dental report?
He says it was all just plain heart failure. Said we was wasting our time.
You too, huh?
You know, some I think I'm going to turn in early. That wine has made me woozy. It'll probably have me a Technicolor hangover. A few minutes ago, everything looked blue, and now everything looks yellow. Isn't that funny?
Yeah. Yellow. What looks yellow, Mark?
Everything. for me every time.
Mark, light up, boy. You're right here in the couch.
Race. What's the matter with me?
Your order, please.
Tell room service to shoot off some ice and plenty of black coffee right away. And send the house doctor up. Hurry.
What is it? I feel...
Yeah, Mark, you gotta be quiet, boy. I'm afraid you're gonna have a heart attack. Got about a 50-50 chance to save your life.
We'll return to the adventures of Frank Race in just about 1 minute. And now, back to the adventures of Frank Race.
I stayed at the hotel waiting for the doctor to get finished with Mark. It was touch and go. I knew he was having a rough time of it, but while he was conscious, he never lost that grin. He didn't want to go out after Becker and his mom. You operate off cue when you get like that. I knew that. How is he, Doctor?
He's sleeping now. I think he'll come out of it all right. Coffee you poured into him probably saved his life.
I was right about the drug then.
Yes, an overdose of digitalis. Administered orally. If he'd gotten a bit more of it, nothing would have helped. How did you spot it?
He had yellow vision. I know that color distortion's often the result of a heart depressant.
Yeah, it could be caused by something else. You made a good guess.
No, the nature of the case I'm working on eliminated guesswork in this instance.
I'll have to make out a report, naturally. Do you know who is responsible?
Not for sure, but I hope to before long. As soon as I've had a chance to sample some wine.
You'd better stick to water if the gentleman you have in mind spikes his wine with digitalis. And speaking of water, I think I'll try some.
I hope so. There's also some scotch over it.
Yeah, thanks. This will do.
What's the matter, Doctor?
This water. I thought you said he was given the drug in wine.
You mean there's some in that water?
Enough to kill a mule, I'd say. I'd better have his analyzed.
Yes. I'd better start shopping around for a new suspect. The next 12 hours, Mark slept like a log. I stayed close to him. The stuff he'd swallowed had obviously been meant for me. Made a few long-distance calls, including one to Fred Jeremy. He came up by plane loaded with information.
Well, I checked with the police, Race. There's a lot of stuff. I hope you can make it fit.
How about Becker?
Well, there's a prison record, all right. He also has an alias. Sometimes calls himself Benjamin Delaney.
Benjamin Delaney? Well, that's the name of another of the beneficiaries on a policy he paid off a couple months ago.
That's right.
How about Carson? You able to run down anything on him?
He served time with Delaney. He's also out on parole.
Good. Now, how about Richard Dodge? Any record of his marriage?
Yes. He married a girl named Lorraine Gregory. A civil ceremony performed in the next county.
Lorraine Gregory? The county coroner's name's Gregory.
That's right, Race. She's the coroner's daughter.
But what were Becker and Carson convicted for?
Armed robbery.
They picked a less spectacular game, but one that's all even more lethal.
Race, in view of what happened to your friend, I think we could get the police to make an arrest.
No, not yet, Fred. Couldn't make it stick.
Why not?
Because we can't prove access to the drug. It's hard to obtain. We've had every source checked and all prescriptions searched. There's no way they could have gotten their hands on the quantities used. None that we could prove.
Hi, fellas.
Hey, Mark, come on, now get back in bed.
Not a chance. Don't you know more people die in bed than any place?
I'm sorry about what happened to you, Donovan. The company will try to make it up to you.
Oh, thanks. But I am interested in how you could have made it up to me if I drank just a little more of this.
I guess you're getting better, all right.
I have been slip Mickeys before, you know. But this one was meant to be permanent. I would like to get my hands on the gent who's prepared it.
I hope you'll get that chance. I'm going out.
But there's another dame in this.
Yes and no. I'm in the mood for a little elderberry wine. I'm going to visit Coroner Gregory and his daughter.
Well, hello.
Hello yourself. Your father home?
Come to ask for my hand, please.
I'll ask for your hand, baby. I'll be carrying handcuffs in mine.
Who's out there, Rain?
A man named Race. He wants to see Father.
Well, bring him in, girl.
Enter, Mr. Race. Mother, Dad, this is Mr. Race.
I'd like to talk to the coroner officially and alone.
Well, I can always wash my hair. But you'll find that Mother and Dad are hard to separate.
You may leave us, Margaret.
I'll stay right here. You had too much wine to be left by yourself.
You mean he might say things I shouldn't hear?
What I mean is my business.
Gregory, you almost had another heart failure case in your hands. A friend of mine.
That's so.
If he had died, your report might have been interesting. I wonder what it would have said.
Since you ain't dead, there's no way of telling.
I think he'd have passed it off as a natural death, just as you have in many other cases.
Heart trouble is a common disease.
Yes, but not when it's caused by digitalis. Why didn't you do an autopsy on Richard Dodge?
I know how to run my job.
It might not be a job for much longer. I'm going to ask the state's attorney to appoint a grand jury to investigate these deaths.
Go ahead. You ain't getting me out of this job. Margaret will see to that, won't you?
Shut up.
Why should I? These city fellas are so smart. We don't like outsiders around here, mister.
You can't like your own people too well, either. They're dying off too easily. On that cue, I left. I'd uncovered one small point. Wherever Gregory's local political strength came from, it came through his wife. I checked around and found that he'd held some minor political office or other for years. But the key was Margaret Gregory. It wasn't long before I could fit her into the jigsaw. I went back to Fred Jeremy and Mark.
What? What's the answer, Race? Who tried to do away with me?
Well, we're getting close.
The coroner?
Only part of a setup. I know now why Becker and Carson and probably quite a few others are wandering around loose.
They were paroled.
Yes, but they shouldn't have been. Not if the parole board had been given the full facts.
But who could hide the facts?
Only one person. The secretary who prepared the reports. And when they were released, that secretary happened to be the coroner's wife, Margaret Gregory.
Well, that ties it up, doesn't it, Race?
All but the digitalis. But I think that I know where that comes from.
Well, it must have come from someplace. They got gallons of it.
There was a third man in that holdup with Becker and Carson. A man named Otto Rodman.
Yes, but Rodman was never paroled. It was his third offense, and he got a stiff sentence. He has another 10 years to serve on a 15-year rap.
Yes, but he's behaved himself very well for the past 5 years. He's a trustee at the prison.
Yeah, so what's that got to do with the
Digitalis, Mark.
That's what I said.
I think Rodman supplies it. Because for the past 14 months, as a trustee, he's been assigned to the prison hospital.
Yeah, that's rough, Race. Things get around quick on a prison grapevine. If we went in to investigate, he'd know it before we got to him.
Well, not the way we're going to do it, Fred. I'm going to set up with the state's attorney. Mark and I are going into that state prison as a pair of convicted hijackers.
All right, now, which two go to the infirmary?
Yeah, we do.
Get in there. Here are two guys for sick call, Rodman. Probably faking. I'll see him on the way back after the doctor gets in.
Okay, Mr. Stewart.
What are you guys in for?
The cops say we hijacked a truck.
Yeah, but of course you didn't.
Of course not.
Yeah. Ain't it a shame the way we innocent guys keep getting thrown in here for nothing?
It was a frame-up. What are you in for?
I borrowed some money and forgot to give it back. You guys really sick or just stolen?
Yeah, my heart's been giving me a little trouble. I guess being in this place brings on heart attacks.
Nah, you get used to it. We ain't had more than 4 hot cases in a year I've been on this job.
How do you get an assignment like this?
Keeping my nose clean.
This better than the other spots?
Yeah, much better. Few special privileges. Private room visitors 3 days a week.
Does it work hard?
No. Guy's got to be pretty sick before they let him stay in here. Mostly it's the clerk's job, keeping records, ordering supplies. Those books right there beside you.
That looks pretty simple. Aspirin, bandages, codeine, and digitalis. Quite a lot of digitalis. Large order every month, yet you've only had 4 heart cases in more than a year.
Well, the stuff spoils the stamp here. You got to make sure it's fresh. Besides, you better put that book down before the doc gets here. Get over and sit on that bench.
Rodman, you've been slipping that digitalis out of here 100 grains a month. To Becker and Carson.
You're crazy. You're nuts, both of you.
Watch him, Race.
What are you, a couple of stool pigeons?
Rodman, you're an accessory to more than 20 murders, and you'll die for it unless you get smart.
Die? Will I?
Put on that scalpel, Rodman.
Put it in here. Look out, Race.
Stay back, Mark. This thing is sharper than a razor. Can you take me?
I'll kill you, Ed.
Drop it. Drop it. Look, Rodman. There's an electric chair in this set up someplace. Who's going to sit in it? You, or Becker, and Carson, and the Gregories?
All right. All right, I'll talk.
Save it. I'd like the warden and a couple other people to hear it. Open up, guard!
Hey, you know something, Race? I'll bet we're serving the shortest sentence anybody ever served here.
Well, Race, can you think of any reason why we should pay your fee after treating you to such a fine vacation?
A vacation? Are you kidding? I almost become a corpus delicious.
Mark, Latin and you do not make a team. That's good.
I certainly am. What a ring. The coroner and his wife and daughter and a pair of cutthroats.
Hey, you know something, Race? That Rain thing wasn't bad looking. I don't think she was so bad. Maybe her family just roped her into it. Huh?
She's working on your heart for the second time.
What do you mean the second time?
What do you think poured that stuff into your drinking water?
You mean she did it? Why, that 2-time and no good thing.
That would have gone on if you hadn't stopped it, Race. You'd saved the company a lot of money.
I wanted to talk to you about that, Fred. You never paid Becker for the death of Richard Dodge, did you?
No, and we won't have to now.
Now, those premiums were paid by Dodge's mother, Fred. Sweet old lady. She's the real victim of this.
Oh, I see what you're driving at, Race. I think I can arrange to have the claim paid to her.
Ah, thanks, Fred. You're a decent guy.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Tom Collins with Tony Barrett as Mark Donovan, comes to you from Hollywood. Others heard in tonight's cast were Virginia Gregg, Michael Ann Barrett, Jack Crucian, Ted Poneltz, and Wilms Herbert. This series is written and directed by Buckley Angel and Joel Murcott. The music is composed and played by Ivan Ditmars. Be sure to be with us again this same time next week for another dramatic chapter in The Adventures of Frank Race. Art Gilmore speaking. This is a Bruce Ells production.
Welcome back. Well, I have to say, I think this is the first time I've heard a radio detective investigate a series of heart attacks. But definitely with some merit. This is one of my favorite adventures of Frank Race so far. The only thing that detracts somewhat from it was the whole going into prison undercover ruse. Basically, all they did was take a look at the guy's book, see what he was ordering, and confront him with the implications. And they could have done that without going to jail undercover. But otherwise, an intriguing plot, and I thought just a very exciting way it went into the break in terms of the cliffhanger. Well, we did receive a listener comment from James Nelson, who writes, "Just discovered this great show regarding Frank Race. Having listened to several episodes now, I do find one aspect different from many of the other shows I've been following, and that is the femme fatale in many of the Frank Race episodes turns out to be guilty as sin. For a while, it seemed as if any girl that showed up, she might as well have been the proverbial butler. It'd be interesting to know if it was just my imagination or if a greater percentage of Frank Race bad guys turn out to be of the fairer sex compared to other shows of the genre." Well, that's a good question. Through 12 episodes, by my count, we've ended up with major female villainous characters, about half, so about 50-50, and that is a little bit high. I think that female villains in radio detective shows were not unheard of. I think they were probably far more common on radio than in real life, but it does seem to be ramped up a little bit with Frank Race. As I mentioned, I think it was last week or a couple weeks ago, he doesn't really fall for the villainesses that much. He's usually onto them. I like the line tonight where, if he asked for her hand, it would be to put her in handcuffs. But thanks for the question, and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy Frank Race. And we will be back next week with another episode of Frank Race. And join us tomorrow for The Fat Man. If you've not already, I do encourage you to pick up a copy of my ebook. All I Needed to Know, I Learned from Columbo. In it, we take a look at life lessons from 7 great detectives, including Sherlock Holmes, Monk, Nero Wolfe, and Dan Holliday from the Box 13 series. It is available for the Nook, for the Kindle and the Apple Store, and for all other e-readers at smashwords.com. Now it's time for today's episode of The Fat Man. This one's called Murder Plays Hide and Seek.
When your stomach's upset, don't add to the upset. Take soothing Pepto-Bismol and feel good again.
There he goes, into that drugstore. He's stepping on the scale. Weight, 237 pounds. Fortune, danger. Who is it?
The Fat Man. The Norwich Pharmaceutical Company, makers of Pepto-Bismol, unguentine, and other fine drug products, brings you the adventures of Dashiell Hammett's fascinating and exciting character, the Fat Man, a fast-moving criminologist who tips the scales at 237 pounds. Tonight's adventure, starring J. Scott Smart in Murder Plays Hide and Seek. And now, from New York, Pepto-Bismol brings you the Fat Man.
The housing shortage may be bad, but there's one place I know of that always has room for another tenant. It's a big gray structure near the river, and the windows are crossed with iron bars, and the landlord never asks you for a penny in rent. If you're an extra special customer, they even give you a private suite in a secluded part of the building that leads directly to a room with a heavy chair. That room is reserved for the guys who find out that they can't get away with murder.
The fat man learned his business the hard way. But there's an easy way to care for an upset stomach. Just don't overdose with antacids or physics. Instead, take Pepto-Bismol, the gentle way to help settle and sweeten the stomach quickly. Pepto-Bismol calms and quiets the disturbance by spreading a soothing protective coating on irritated stomach and intestinal walls. You begin to lose that queasy, uneasy feeling right away. The next time careless eating or overindulgence gives you acid stomach, nervous indigestion, or heartburn, you'll get quick relief if you remember this. When your stomach's upset, don't add to the upset. Take soothing Pepto-Bismol and feel good again. Now, the fat man in Murder Plays Hide and Seek.
Inasmuch as eating is one habit I find very hard to break, I usually prefer my clients to have enough cash to pay for my work. In Andy Maroney's case, however, I made an exception to the rule. I've known Andy for quite a while, and I can guess what he earns driving that hack of his around from dusk to dawn. With a wife and 3 kids, you can't afford any fancy fees for a private detective. It was almost 3 in the morning when Andy knocked on my apartment door.
All right. Keep your shirt on. I'm coming. Who is it?
It's Andy Maroney, Mr. Runyon. The hacky.
Well, what's on your mind, Andy?
I didn't do it. I swear I didn't do it. You gotta help me, see?
Now, take it easy, Andy.
I thought he was drunk when she asked me to take him home. I had nothing to do with it, Mr. Runyon, so help me.
Now, will you calm down long enough to make some sense?
I'm talking about the stiff. The guy who was croaked.
What guy? Where is he?
Downstairs, in the back of my cab. For the love of Mike, will you hurry?
Do you mind if I put some clothes on?
I'll lose my license. I'll lose my job, and they'll put me in the cooler for 160 years.
Here, hand me those shoes.
You're a right guy, Mr. Runyon. Every hacky knows you're okay. You help me out of this, and I'll pay you back if it takes the rest of my life.
Well, it's too long to wait. Put this one on the house. There we are. Now I'll get my coat. We'll be off. Okay, come on.
I got the hack parked in the front of the door. As soon as I saw the guy was dead, I made a beeline for your flat. I figured I could explain it better to you than I could to the cops.
You ever seen him before?
No. He was sitting in the back of my cab when I came out of the beanery. I only left the car parked for about 20 minutes while I got some sinkers and some Java. A blonde dame standing by the cab handed me $5 to take him home, so I figured he was drunk.
Here, out this way.
There's a hack. He's flopped over in the rear seat.
What is this, Andy? A corny gag?
Holy smoke. The stiff is gone.
You must have been dreaming.
He was there, I tell you, on the level. He was sitting there in the back 5 minutes ago.
How do you know he was dead?
Because I shook him. I felt his pulse. There was blood coming out of his mouth.
Hey, wait a minute. What's this on the floor?
It's his hat. That's the hat the guy was wearing.
His initials are on the sweatband, C.H. Where were you taking him, Andy? Did this blonde give you his address?
Yeah, but it turned out to be a phony. That's when I found out he was dead. I thought he'd passed out, and I tried to shake him into giving me his right house number.
Would you recognize the woman if you saw her again?
In a minute. She was a tall job, easy on the eyes. She was standing on the sidewalk next to my hack, wearing an evening gown.
You mean without a coat in this weather?
Well, come to think of it, she didn't have a coat.
Come on. Get into this jalopy and let's get started.
Where are we going?
Back to the corner where you met your customer.
This is it, Mr. Runyon.
Yeah. What's that joint over there? Nightclub?
Yeah, the Venetian Blind. It's a fancy dump that gets the ermine crowd.
Well, if that blonde wasn't wearing a coat, she must have come out of there.
Oh, it's almost 4 o'clock. The joint must be closed.
Well, we'll try it anyway.
Yeah, it's closed up like I said.
See anything through the glass in the door?
There's a light on in the hall. Oh, wait a minute. A dame's coming out. No, it ain't the same one.
Oh, good evening.
I'm sorry. The club is closed for the night.
You working here, miss?
Yes, I do.
This isn't a pickup. I'm just looking for information. Did you happen to see a good-looking, tall, blonde woman?
She was wearing a silver evening dress an hour ago?
That sounds like Mrs. Rogers, the owner.
Is she inside?
Yes, I think so. What are you, a policeman?
What gives you that impression?
You act like one.
My name is Runyon. I'm a private detective. I've got a little business with your boss.
She's in her office, I imagine. Come inside and I'll show you where it is.
Thanks. Is everybody else going home for the night?
I guess so. I'm Peggy Dale. I sing with the orchestra.
Hey, Peggy.
Oh, I thought you'd gone, Frank.
I was waiting for you, baby. I hope maybe I could take you home. Who's this?
He's a private detective. His name is Runyon.
What's the matter? Something wrong?
That all depends. Who are you?
Frank Coley. I handle the drums in the band. What's up?
We're looking for a stolen corpse.
You what?
Do you two happen to know anyone with the initials C.H.?
Not me.
I know a woman named Hunt, Clarissa Hunt.
This particular C.H. is a man.
There she is, Mr. Runyon.
It's Mrs. Rogers.
What's going on here?
Are you sure she's the woman who handed you the $5, Andy?
Positive, Mr. Runyon. You remember me, lady?
No.
I'm sure you remember. You asked me to take that drunk home, and you gave me a fine spot to do it.
I never saw you before in my life.
It's a frame. She's lying, I tell you.
Relax, Andy. Mrs. Rogers, you wouldn't be holding out on us by any chance, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That drunk that Andy chauffeured for was dead. You wouldn't like to be mixed up in a murder rap, would you?
No.
Then how about a few details?
I don't know anything about a drunk or a dead man. I never saw this moron before.
Listen, you double-crossing hen. I ain't taking it to the neck for nobody.
Pipe down, Andy.
Mr. Runyon.
What's the matter?
Look, under that drape, near the window.
There's a guy's feet sticking out.
Stay where you are now, all three of you.
What? It's Charlie Haney.
And he's dead. Well, it looks like we found our body, Andy.
Oh, wait a minute, Mr. Runyon. That ain't the same guy who was in my cab.
2 hours later, I was in Lieutenant Mackenzie's office at headquarters. The dawn was just about breaking, and I listened to Mac's autopsy report as I sipped a welcome container of steaming coffee.
Charlie Haney was poisoned, Brad. Stuff was slipped into a drink.
What about the blood on his mouth?
Poison they used was dynamite. Brought on a hemorrhage.
The guy in Andy's cab got his walking papers in the exact same way.
I don't know. I'm inclined to think that Charlie Haney and the guy in Maroney's hack were one and the same.
Why? Because the initials in the hat?
That's one reason. And Maroney admitted the back of his cab was dark when he looked at his passenger.
He's scared, Mac. He'll admit almost anything if he thought he'd save you a little trouble. Now, personally, I think we're dealing with two different killings, and both the victims have the same initials.
Then what happened to corpse number one?
Well, it's a cinch he didn't walk to a funeral partner to get himself registered.
Well, I questioned the girl, the musician, and Mrs. Rogers.
You got any dope?
Not much. Charlie Haney was a jack of all trades around the Venetian blind. Did odd jobs for Mrs. Rogers. Sometimes he'd throw out an obstreperous customer.
A bouncer, huh?
He was big enough.
Yeah, I'd say he was.
Well, in any case, I had nothing on him, so I let him loose. I might have held Mrs. Rogers on suspicion, but her battery of lawyers would have sprung her anyway.
What about Andy Maroney?
Well, he's in the clear so far. I'm letting him go back to his cab, but I'm padlocking the Venetian blind while the investigation goes on.
If you don't mind my saying so, Mac, that isn't a very smart move.
No? Why?
I think you'd be better off to keep the club open and give the killer a chance to show up again.
Look, Brad, I'm going to ask you for a favor.
Okay, shoot.
Lay off this case.
Why?
Well, first of all, your client's in the clear, so that's taken care of.
And secondly?
I won't buy your theory about 2 victims. And it's the kind of a thing that might confuse the investigation.
Sensitive, Mac?
Now, you know better than that. I'm just saying that your guesswork is cockeyed. And I'm going to have enough trouble solving the murder of 1 victim without searching for an imaginary corpse. Hello? Yes, Mackenzie speaking. What? Oh. Yeah, I'll be right over. Here, Brad. Have a cigar.
You look as if you're giving away a prize.
I am. One of the motorcycle squad just picked up a dead man under the Queensboro Bridge. The initials on his wallet were C.H.
I rode over to the Queensboro Bridge with Mackenzie and saw the body. It was identified by Andy as the guy he'd had in his cab, and a card in his wallet gave his name as Casper Hall. They took him back to the morgue for an autopsy, but I was pretty sure of what they'd find, so I drove back to my apartment to catch up with a few hours of sleep. It must have been 11 or 11:30 in the morning when I found myself with another guest. And this one was just as unexpected as the last. Yeah, just a second. One of these days, I'm liable to get myself some sleep.
Good morning, Mr. Runyon.
Well, good morning. Come in.
Thanks.
Sorry the room's in such a mess. I wasn't expecting company.
That's all right.
You're the gal I saw last night, the gal that sings the Venetian Blind.
That's right, Peggy Dale.
Cigarette, Peggy?
No, thank you.
Where are you going?
I want to look out the window. I had a feeling I was being followed.
Anybody there?
Street's empty.
What's on your mind, sweetheart?
Before I tell you anything, I want to be sure you won't tell anybody I told you.
Oh, is it that hot?
It might be.
Okay, I'll play ball. Let's have it.
They're holding Mrs. Rogers at headquarters now.
Are they? Again?
When they found the man named Casper Hall, they took that taxi driver's word against hers about putting him into the cab.
Oh, yeah?
I was there when they questioned Mrs. Rogers. They questioned me as well. She finally admitted putting Hall into the cab. And her excuse was that she thought he was a drunk and she wanted to get rid of him so he wouldn't raise a fuss.
Well, that sounds logical to me.
But one thing she didn't tell them.
What's that?
That she'd seen and talked to Casper Hall before.
You knew that?
He's been in the Venetian Blind a dozen times. And I've seen him at the same table with Mrs. Rogers.
Did you tell that to the lieutenant?
No,
Why not?
because Mrs. Rogers would have heard me. I'm scared of her, Mr. Runyon. She's hard and she's mean. It's not only my job. I didn't want to end up the way poor Charlie did.
Well, I can't blame you for that.
She's been mixed up with gangsters and racketeers ever since she went into the nightclub business. I've seen some of them at the Blind.
So you decided to spill the beans to me, hmm?
You can tell the lieutenant, but I don't want any part of it.
Okay, Peggy. Thanks for calling. Oh, by the way, is Mackenzie padlocking the club?
No, he was going to, but he changed his mind.
Will you be there tonight?
I guess so. Why?
I just wanted to ask you to save me a ringside table. The Venetian Blind seems to have the most interesting floor show in town. I checked with Mackenzie and gave him the dope, but he couldn't hang on to Mrs. Rogers. He didn't have enough evidence to get an indictment yet. That meant Mrs. Rogers would be back in her club that night, and so would I. I got in touch with Andy Maroney, who showed up at my flat about 10, just as I was putting the finishing touches to the soup and fish. Sit down, Andy. Be with you in a minute.
Say, you look pretty slick in that outfit, Mr. Runyon.
Well, you said the Venetian Blind catered to the airman crowd, so I decided to get the dinner jacket out of mothballs.
You know, I was just thinking.
Yeah, what?
My uncle.
Yeah? What about your uncle?
He was buried in an outfit like that.
Stop being so cheerful. I intend to wear it vertically.
You want me to drive you over?
Yeah, that's why I called. There's something else I want you to do.
Anything you say.
When I go into that club, I want you to park outside and keep your eyes open. If I'm not out of there within 2 hours, get a hold of the police.
Expecting trouble?
I'm not expecting it, Andy. I'm looking forward to it. It had started to snow when we got down to the street. The night was crisp and cold. If I hadn't been so busy admiring the weather, I might have noticed that Andy's hack, which was standing in front of the door, was occupied once again.
Oh, Mr. Runyon.
Oh, what are you doing here, Cooley?
I want to talk to you.
Okay, move over. Drive straight to the Venetian blind, Andy.
Right. Don't drive to the blind. Let's go in the other direction.
Say, who's giving the orders around here?
I am.
Hey, he's got a gun.
Drive in the other direction, Andy, as the gentleman requests. I'd put that gun away, Frankie. Drums are safer to fool with.
I'll put it away when I'm good and ready.
Suit yourself.
And I'll be ready when I put a slug in you.
Been drinking?
That's none of your business.
It's funny how a pint of booze makes a lion out of a mouse.
I'll show you who's a mouse when we get out of town, fat man.
Mr. Runyon.
Keep driving, Andy.
Yeah. Keep on driving. Unless you want the top of your head opened up for ventilation.
Before you start popping that cannon, I hope you'll explain why you picked me for a target.
You know why.
Oh, do I?
You should have had sense enough to keep out of this. You Weisenheimered yourself right onto a slab.
Who are you covering for, Frankie? Yourself?
Never mind the questions.
Because up to now, it was Mrs. Rogers who held my interest.
Mrs. Rogers?
Yeah. If you're covering for her, you're just wasting your time. By tomorrow morning, we'll have enough on your boss to get an indictment.
You're pretty sure of yourself, aren't you?
Well, I was, until you shoved that rod in my rib. Now I'm beginning to change my mind.
Yeah, so am I.
Really?
Stop this cab, mister.
There are lots of people in this section, Cooley. You're not going to risk any fireworks in a spot like this, are you?
Keep driving and don't look back. Go on, beat it.
Gee, for a minute I thought he was going to knock the two of us off.
So did I. But instead, he gave me a brand new angle.
There's a cop on the corner. Do you want to make a report?
Forget it. I may have a much more interesting report to make to the cops later on. It was almost 11 when we got to the Venetian blind. The place was pretty well crowded. The customers were dressed to kill, and most of the gals were flashing diamonds. Marcia Rogers' sucker list would have matched the social register. Instead of taking a table, I sat at the bar where the view was better. The floor show wasn't the only thing I wanted to see. Give me a rum and Coca-Cola.
And you can put it on the house, Pete.
Thanks, but I like to buy my own.
I had a feeling you'd be back here tonight, fat man. I would have been disappointed if you didn't show.
You do a good business, don't you, Mrs. Rogers?
Not bad.
Found any corpses tonight?
Now, don't start trying to be funny. You're liable to find you've outstayed your welcome.
Still in your silver gown, huh? I thought you'd be wearing black.
For whom?
Casper Hall.
Casper didn't mean anything to me.
That's something you might have to prove. I was informed he spent a lot of time here.
So do my other customers.
Yeah, but they don't usually get picked up cold under the Queensboro Bridge.
The cops haven't got anything on me. They don't even have enough to close up my club.
That's where you're mistaken, Marcia.
Then why didn't they shut me up?
Because I asked them not to.
You?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not getting philanthropic.
Then what's the big idea?
Well, maybe I like your entertainment. Oh, by the way, where's your regular drummer?
Cooley?
Yeah.
He quit.
Why?
Don't ask me. When a musician wants to leave, I don't call the FBI and check up on him.
I have a little surprise for you, sweetheart.
Have you?
I think I got this double murder partially solved.
You're a very smart boy.
When Casper Hall was poisoned, the killer didn't expect him to leave the club so soon. After he was helped out, Charlie Haney, your bouncer, was sent after his body.
What did he want the body for, a souvenir?
There must have been something Hall was carrying that the killer wanted. Charlie couldn't frisk him fast enough while he lay in the cab, so he snatched the body and ditched it under the bridge.
Then who killed Charlie Haney?
The one who killed Casper Hall. Charlie knew too much. He was just dumb enough to stick his neck out.
Then why don't you make an arrest?
Well, because I haven't put my hand on the murderer yet. How would you like to set yourself up for the candidate?
You're crazy.
You knew he was dying when you helped him into that cab. And don't hand me that drunk story. It doesn't gel.
I thought you said Casper got out of here too fast. Would I have pushed him into a cab and then sent Charlie after him?
No. That's why I'm crossing you off my list. But I still think you're holding out. And in case you don't know it, baby, an accomplice sits right on top of the killer's lap when they give him the chair.
Why should I hold out?
That's not the $64 question, sweetheart. The point is, why didn't you yell for the cops in the first place when you found Casper Hall 5 minutes from the grave? You want me to tell you why?
Yes.
Casper must have given you something when you put him in that cab. He gave you what the killer wanted and what Charlie Haney was sent out to get. Well, baby, how am I doing?
You're doing fine. Come with me.
She took me to her office without another word, and I had the feeling my bluff was paying off in spades. The theory was a good one, and it accounted for everything that happened, but I couldn't prove it in 100 years if she'd wanted to call me on it. The office was dark when I opened the door, but I caught the sound of someone bumping into a chair as I stepped inside. Stand still, Mrs. Rogers. There's someone in this room, and I'm telling that someone now that I'll shoot to kill if I see anything move when the lights go on. Snap the switch, Mrs. Rogers.
Peggy! I was just... She's trying to get at my safe. That's not true.
What do you got in your safe that's so important, Mrs. Rogers?
I'll show you in just a minute.
Now stand right there, Peggy, like a nice little girl.
Here, this is what Casper Hall gave me the night he died. There's slips of paper in this envelope, written in longhand. In the last few months, 6 of my customers were robbed after they left my place. Their names are on those slips. They were all held up on their way home, and the police never found the gunman.
There's more than just a name on each piece of paper. There's a description of a car, the license number, an address, and a list of jewelry.
Casper Hall was tipped off whenever an important customer made a reservation. Those women used to come here loaded with jewelry. Someone must have gotten the information beforehand and then handed it to Casper outside on those strips of paper. Then all he had to do was follow the right car.
Would you know who that someone is, Peggy?
No.
Oh, now don't be coy, sweetheart. I had you tagged when your drummer boy, Frankie Cooley, wanted to take me for a ride. He was crazy enough about you to commit murder and keep you in the clear, Peggy. But he changed his mind when I told him I was after Mrs. Rogers.
Give me that envelope.
Oh, no, not so fast, baby. I'll need this myself for a while. We're going to do a little handwriting analysis.
He crossed me. The rat held out, and he used those slips like a club over my head.
That kind of an argument ought to make a big hit with a jury. Mrs. Rogers, why didn't you hand those slips over to the police?
I only held those slips for one reason. If the thing leaked out before you grabbed the killer, I'd have been ruined. No one would have come here anymore. They'd all been scared to death.
Didn't Casper tell you who gave him the slips?
Casper couldn't talk when I helped him out and put him in that cab. All he could do was push that envelope in my hand. I was frightened, and I only wanted to get rid of him in a hurry.
Uh-huh. Well, I gotta hand it to you, Peggy. You certainly must have what it takes.
Drop dead, fat man.
Knowing you were going to kill Charlie Haney because he knew too much, you charmed him into frisking a corpse. Then you sicked Frank Cooley on me with a rod in his hand. But you're going to run into one guy who won't fall for the pretty dimpled sweetheart. The public executioner at Sing Sing.
The fat man returns in a moment. It's a shame to let an upset stomach interfere with your work or your fun. And it needn't if you keep a bottle of Pepto-Bismol in your medicine chest. Pepto-Bismol helps you and your children to quick relief from sour stomach, acid indigestion, heartburn, and other common digestive upsets. This famous pink liquid helps settle and sweeten the stomach, calms and quiets that queasy, uneasy, sickish feeling. Get a bottle of Pepto-Bismol from your druggist tonight. Pepto-Bismol is a dependable product of the Norwich Pharmaceutical Company, also makers of unguentine, the first thought in burns. Next week, Pepto-Bismol presents Dashiell Hammett's exciting character, the Fat Man, in the adventure called Murder Finds a Decoy. And now, a word from the Fat Man.
Ever since the beginning of time, the female of the species has been beguiling the male with her charms. And the male, since the beginning of time, has been falling into the trap quite willingly. But both male and female are most unwilling victims when murder finds a decoy.
Tonight's adventure of the Fat Man, starring J. Scott Smart, was written by Lawrence Klee and directed by Clark Andrews. Music is under the direction of Bernard Green. Heard tonight were Helen Flint as Marcia and Joe Harding as Andy. Remember, when your stomach's upset, don't add to the upset. Take soothing Pepto-Bismol and feel good again. Charles Irving speaking. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.
Welcome back. Well, once again, we were talking yesterday about femme fatales. And we see another example of this in The Fat Man. A few good twists in this plot. I'll be interesting to see if Let George Do It will break up our streak. I've not heard that episode previously, so your guess will be as good as mine. This is actually the only 1948 episode of The Fat Man, so when we play next, we'll be playing 1949 episodes. So be sure and listen to that. All right, well, if you have a comment, email it to me, box13@greatdetectives.net. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thank you so much for your support. It's truly appreciated. Now it's time for today's episode of Let George Do It, Cortez Island.
Personal notice, danger's my stock and trade. If the job's too tough for you to handle, you got a job for me, George Valentine. Write full details.
Standard Oil Company of California invites you to Let George Do It. Before we begin tonight's adventure of George Valentine, here's a reminder about gasoline. If you've been putting off buying your first tank full of Chevron Supreme, how about making a date soon with the gas that gives you all 8 high-performance qualities? After all, engines love Chevron Supreme's all-around balance in starting, warm-up, anti-knock, vapor lock prevention, mileage, power, acceleration, and area blending. For Valentine's Day or any day, say it with Chevron Supreme gasoline at standard stations and independent Chevron gas stations where they say and mean, we take better care of your car. Cortez Island, another adventure of George Valentine.
Dear Mr. Valentine, If conditions were normal, I doubt if I would be writing to you for help. Ordinarily, I can handle the situation quite well. In this case, however, I am powerless to do anything. As a matter of fact, I cannot even leave my own house, and this matter involves a certain amount of action. Please forgive me if I seem vague, and please call on me as soon as possible. It may already be too late. Signed, Mrs. Alice Jensen. Mr. Valentine, I suppose you've heard of Clyde Jensen.
The explorer?
Explorer, anthropologist, adventurer. My husband. We always worked together until now.
He's away?
Yes, Miss Brooks, he's away, and I'm so worried. I have a feeling that something has happened. I want you to find him.
Oh, well, just where is your husband, Mrs. Jensen?
That's what you're to find out. I only know where he started for.
Mm-hmm. And where's that?
I'll show you. Here. Do you know what that is?
Well, sure. It's a sort of crudely drawn map.
It's a copy. Clyde has the original, which is about as crude.
But what's it a map of, Mrs. Jensen? It looks like an island.
You're quite right, my dear. It is. Cortez Island, to be exact.
Oh, yeah, just off the coast here. Supposed to be a fisherman's paradise or something.
My husband didn't go there to fish, however. You see, he came into possession of some very old papers, and among them was the original of this map.
But why would that interest him?
If you'll notice carefully, here, it indicates a place where pirate loot is supposed to have been cached away.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see. Looks like a cave.
That's right. Clyde was determined to go over and try to find it. Why, he left over a week ago.
And you haven't heard from him since?
Not a word. There's no regular boat service to the island and no communication from there. But the water taxis call in every day or so to carry fishermen and pick up the mail. So I should have had some word.
And you think perhaps he's ill or had an accident?
Why, at this point, I don't think anything, Mr. Valentine. I only know that my husband said he would write me in 2 or 3 days if he wasn't back by then.
Uh-huh. Any place to stay over on Cortez Island, Mrs. Jensen?
There's a very small hotel, I understand. He was planning to stop there. Oh, you'd better take the map.
Mrs. Jensen, what makes you think something might have happened to him? Maybe he's been busy.
I only know, Miss Brooks, that when people are looking for buried treasure, anything can happen.
Hey, folks.
Yeah?
Here she is, Cortez Island. There's the dock.
Yeah, so I see. Hope it stands up until we get ashore.
Yeah, well, not as rickety as she looks.
That's a reassuring thought.
Hey, mister.
Well?
None of my business, but dames don't come over here very much. Kind of a rough life, you know.
Oh, that's all right. My brother and I have roughed it a lot together.
Why, Brooksy.
I would have said my husband, but that might lead to complications.
I'll say.
Well, there have been funny things going on around here lately.
Yeah? What kind of funny things?
I don't know. Nothing you can put your finger on. I brought a few people over who didn't look like they was going to fish. Just like you don't.
Oh, yes? The best fishermen don't wear hats with flies stuck in the brim, you know.
Yeah, that's right. And people who come here don't fish with flies anyway, lady. Oh, well, none of my business.
Hey, friend, did you by any chance bring over a man named Jensen a little over a week ago?
Look, fella, did I ask you your name?
Well, no.
So that's the way it is. I don't ask nobody what their name is. Maybe I brought Ike Walton. I don't know.
I see what you mean.
Okay, there you are. Hop out.
Oh, when will you be back?
How do I know, lady? I just work for somebody. When we got some passengers, some mail, maybe tomorrow, maybe next day, next week.
We like to fish, Angel. By the way, where's the hotel?
You're looking right at it, mister. That dump over there.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was a nice trip anyway. And give us a holler when you come back.
Well, doesn't look much like the Biltmore. But charming.
Yeah, and deserted. Hey, anybody here?
I guess they've all gone fishing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming. What do you want?
Oh, hello. Are you the manager here?
Yeah, you might call it that. I'm the owner. Why?
Well, we came over for some fishing. You got a couple of rooms for us?
Huh? You and the lady, eh?
Yeah, that's right. We'll need 2 rooms.
You ain't married?
Not yet.
Yeah, I guess I can dig up a couple of rooms for you. But I don't see your boat out there. You figure to fish?
Why? Isn't the shore fishing any good here? Matter of fact, I understood
Oh, sure. Get a few sea bass, halibut, sharks. Motorboat's broke down, so you can't use it. A little rowboat tied up at a pier. You could use that.
Oh, that's all right. We'll have fun just fishing off the rocks. Hey, by the way,
Yeah?
you have somebody here by the name of Clyde Jensen?
Jensen? Jensen? Nope. Never heard of a man by that name.
We understood he came over here to fish.
I said I never heard of him. I know all the people that come over here.
Oh, sure, naturally. Well, we don't know the gentleman anyway. Just heard through some people that he'd come here.
Yeah, I see. Well, I'll have the old lady get your rooms ready. Sit down. I'll be right back.
George,
Yeah, Brooksy?
this is very strange. I can't understand why
Pardon me.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you.
I know. I just came in. Happened to overhear what you were saying to Cork.
Cork?
Yeah, Cork Roman, the owner of this place. Old Pigleg.
Oh, yeah.
Heard you talking about Clyde Jensen.
Well, yeah, that's right.
You don't know the man by sight, huh?
No. No, as a matter of fact.
I figured that way.
What do you mean by that?
Because you see, I'm Clyde Jensen.
You are?
That's right.
But Mr. Roman said he didn't know
Of
anybody.
course not. If I told them my right name, they'd all figure why I'm here, getting my hair. They know me as Harry Fraser.
Oh, sure, I get it.
Guess you must have come over because somebody wanted to know about me, huh?
Well, yes, Mr. Jensen, your wife. She was worried.
Sure, I can understand. I haven't written her because they'd all suspect who I am.
Oh, well, I'm sure she'll be relieved to know.
Of course she will, and I'm glad you came. Now, when you get back, just tell her everything's all right with me, will you?
Why, sure.
Tell her I've got a few more days' work to do, and then I'll be home. I haven't quite finished.
You new people just come over.
Remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, your rooms are ready. Hello, Mr. Fraser.
Oh, thanks. We'd better register. My name's Valentine, and this is Miss Brooks.
I ain't got no register. Names don't mean much around here. I'm Mary Roman, Cork's wife.
Oh, how do you do?
Not so good. I'm tired. I'm always tired. Oh, it's the first and second rooms back down the hall when you're ready to go to them.
Okay, thanks. Well, Brooksy, looks like our mission over here is accomplished. Now all we have to do is get back to the mainland.
That's right, and please tell my wife not to worry. Ought to be a boat back tomorrow. Now, if you'll pardon me, I've got some writing to do in my room.
Yeah, okay. And we'd better make use of our fishing equipment, Angel. Have a look around the island. By the way, have any luck yet, Mr. Fraser?
Within a few days, I'll really get something big.
Okay, here we are, Brooksy. We'll stow the fishing tackle over behind these rocks.
Darling, aren't we going to fish?
No, not just yet. Going to do a little exploring first.
What do you mean?
Look at this. Not over here.
What? Oh, George, it's the key.
Yeah, map was pretty accurate. Come on, let's go in.
All right. This is sort of exciting, isn't it?
It'd be more exciting if there really were some buried treasure in here.
Aren't you romanticizing a little, darling?
Sure. Maybe Jensen is, too. He seems like a practical enough guy, though. It's good I brought the flashlight along. It's dark in here.
It's creepy, too. I think I'd rather have Mr. Jensen do the exploring. We might catch some fish, you know.
That's possible. We'll try later. Hey, the walls are dry in here. Ocean never gets up this far. Hey, wait a minute.
What? What's the matter?
Yeah, somebody dropped it. Yeah, it is a wallet. Over here, almost hidden by a big rock. Probably be glad to get it back.
It must be Mr. Jensen's, don't you think?
Yeah, pretty likely. Here, hold the flashlight, will you? I'll have a look. Maybe some identification.
You shouldn't be so careless.
Mm-hmm. That's Jensen's, all right. Here's a driver's license. Home address. Clyde Jensen. Age, height, weight. Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter, George?
Something's phony here. Remember the guy who said he was Jensen? Calls himself Harry Fraser?
Yes, of course.
I'd say he weighs around 200 pounds. 6 foot tall, at least.
So what?
So that character doesn't have to be Jensen at all. Now listen to this. 5'6", weight 136, light brown hair.
He had dark hair, almost black.
You're so right. Maybe Mrs. Jensen had reason to be worried about her husband.
George, what can we do?
Well,
You always be so stupid.
quiet, Brooksy. Here comes somebody.
I'm a short, Finale. Shut up. I had trouble starting the outboard on a dinghy.
Quick, Angel. We got to get back farther in the cave. Keep it quiet.
Yes, George.
What'd you do with Jensen? Nothing yet. He won't try to get off the ship. It's a long swim to the shore. Besides, I got him tied.
There's a bend in the wall. Duck behind it, Angel.
Yeah.
You mean you're not going to dump him overboard? What's the use? As soon as we get the stuff ashore and in a cave here, we'll figure that.
Sure. It's got to be tomorrow night at the latest. Some guy and a girl come over here looking for Jensen.
Yeah? What did you do?
Posed as Jensen myself.
Good.
They didn't know him. But that's why we got to work fast with the stuff.
Yeah. High tide comes in at Hey, you smell something?
No. What?
It's like, perfume. Woman's perfume.
Perfume?
Yeah.
Hi, you're nuts tonight.
No.
Now fix this radio transmitter. Get it working again. It's the only way I've got to keep in touch with you out there on the ship.
Yeah, okay, Harry.
And make it snappy. I wouldn't want these snoops from the mainland to catch us in here. We just might have to bump them off.
We'll return to tonight's adventure of George Valentine in just a moment. American motorists have to call for emergency service because of battery failures 10 million times a year. Yet most of these failures need never happen. You can escape any part of this annoying trouble by having your battery serviced regularly by the car savers at independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations. Car savers make it their business to take regular care of your battery. They give it a periodic cell-by-cell check and see that it's kept filled with water. Car savers clean the terminals and coat them with a corrosion resistant. And, of course, they test your battery to be sure it's capable of dependable starting. Say, that's another part of Car Savers' all-round battery service. If your battery should need recharging, Car Savers are equipped to handle the job. They'll do their darndest to keep your battery young and full of pep. So don't forget, friends, over 10 million car failures a year are due to battery trouble, which means that the difference between comfort and discomfort depends on getting your car to start. If you'd rather be safe than sorry, then stop in soon for complete battery service at any standard station or independent Chevron gas station where they say and mean, we take better care of your car. And now, back to tonight's adventure of George Valentine. It seems like a pleasant enough assignment, being sent to a little island 3 miles out on the Pacific to find a man who's searching for buried treasure. But just when you think you've located the object of your search, you discover that he's not only a phony, but also the captor of your client's husband. If your name is George Valentine and you happen to be in a spooky cave on the island holding Brooksy's hand, you wait motionless for long minutes until...
Okay. That's it, Harry.
It works all right now, eh, Tonelli?
Well, sure. Loose correction. That's, connection
All
was
right,
that's
now
all.
let's get out of here. Now listen to me.
Yeah?
You get in that motor dinghy and head back out to the boat, you understand?
Sure, yeah.
Get out there and sit tight. That's all you have to do, except...
Yeah?
Tune in your radio every hour on the hour. Things are getting too hot. I might need you.
Yeah, sure, Harry.
And if I send for you, don't take all night.
Okay. Hey, you think those two jerks know anything,
not
Harry?
yet, but they might catch on.
Oh, George, that was too close.
Yeah, I know. We'd better not get in that spot again. All right, they're going now. Come on.
Darling, do you think it's safe to go out so soon?
We're not going to yet.
Well, then what?
I want to have a look at this outfit. Didn't see it when we came in.
What, the radio thing?
Yeah, sure. Neat little transmitter and receiver.
But That can't do us any good, can it?
Might. One thing's certain. We need help. Maybe this'll get it for us.
You mean you know something about those gadgets?
Sure. I had to learn about them in the Army. You see, there's no communication between here and the mainland.
Oh. You think you might call somebody on this?
Why not? After all, a transmitter is...
What's the matter?
Won't help. Sealed wavelength.
Whatever that means.
Well, it means, Angel, that this radio outfit can send and receive on only one frequency, which would be the one used by that boat they were talking about.
Where they have Mr. Jensen?
Right. Well, that's a washout. For now, at least. So, let's get out of here.
George,
Yeah?
suppose they haven't gone away yet.
My guess is they have. Yeah, sure. Look out there.
What, that boat?
Dinghy with an outboard motor heading straight out. That'd be Tonelli following orders.
Well, at least he's out of the way.
Yeah, and look beyond, the direction he's heading. What do you see?
Where?
There.
Oh. There's a bigger boat out there.
Sure. Loaded with something they want to get into this country illegally. Also Clyde Jensen, whom they don't want to get in.
But where's the other one? That Harry.
Right up there on the path to the hotel.
Yeah.
You can recognize him from the back. Well, that tells us what to do.
It does? What?
We're going fishing.
Fishing?
That's right. Now's the time we need an alibi. Let's get that tackle out from behind the rocks and go to work.
Well, Mr. Valentine, Miss Brooks, been doing some fishing, eh?
Oh, hello, Mr. Fraser. Yeah, we had a try at it. Not much luck today, though.
Plain you had some. Nice one. What is it?
It's an ocean perch.
Oh, I see. Good eating?
Pretty fair. Bet you'd like to send a few of these back to Mrs. Jensen when we go.
No, she doesn't care much for fish.
Oh, Mr. Roman.
Yeah, what is it, lady?
Did we get back in time to have this fish cooked for our dinner?
Oh, yeah, sure, I guess so. If my wife can snap out of it long enough. Hey, Mary.
I don't like to put her to any trouble, but we should...
that size fish ain't no trouble.
Yeah, Court, you call me?
Sure, come here.
All right.
Mary's a slow-moving character. Good cook, though.
Well, that's good. Well, see you at dinner, Mr. Fraser.
Yeah, sure. See you later.
Well, what do you want?
Yeah, take this fish the people caught. They want it for their dinner.
That's the best you could do?
Yes, I'm afraid it is.
Well, all right. Come on, Court. Need some help in the kitchen.
Yeah, all right, Mary.
Hey, see, as far as these people are concerned, we've just been fishing.
Is that a help? And if so, how?
Gives me some time without being suspected.
Time to do what?
Brooksy, some time after dinner. Say, right on the hour of 8, I'm going back to that cave and make a very important radio call.
But I thought you said it could only send to that one boat.
That's exactly the call I'm going to make.
Oh. Well, I don't quite follow you. I'm going too.
I don't think you'd better.
Well, I do. You let me know when you're ready to go.
There, that's got it.
You got the set turned on?
Yeah, everything seems to be okay. Now, what time have we got?
Oh, well, wait till I get my watch in the light of the flash. It's just, almost exactly 8 o'clock.
Good. I'll turn on the mic and give it a try.
George, you'll get that Tonelli person.
That's what I intend to do. All right, quiet. Hello. Tonelli. Hello. Tonelli. Come in.
Yeah, hello. What is it?
Harry, Tonelli. Now listen to me. I need your help. Things are getting hot over here.
Yeah? What happened?
Don't be dumb. You know I can't tell you on this thing.
Yeah, you could... Hey, you sure this is Harry?
Certainly. Who else could it be? Now, get over to the island as fast as you can.
Yeah, okay, Harry.
Bring your boat in by the cave and meet me in here, understand?
Sure. Need anything?
Just you. And make it snappy.
Be right there.
Well, Angel, that worked all right.
Yes, but why do you want Tonelli to come ashore? And what are you going to do?
Tonelli will land the dinghy right out here by the cave. When he does, I'll be way back there at the pier in that little rowboat Cork told us about.
Oh, where are we going in it?
We're not going anywhere. After he comes ashore, you're going to do one more thing, then go back to your room. I'm going to roll out to the big boat and find Jensen.
But as soon as he gets here, Tonelli will find out that call was a fake.
Sure, and he and Fraser will come tearing back to the boat. But in the meantime, I think I can get things pretty well under control.
Well, I hope so.
All right, no time to lose. I got to be ready to take off in that rowboat. Who's aboard? Hello? Anybody aboard?
Hello. Who's that?
Hey, that's you, Jensen?
Yes. Yes. Who is it? I can't get away.
Okay, I'll come to you then. Where are you, Jensen? Call out.
Right here. In the cabin.
Okay. Well, got you tied up, huh? They're taking no chances, are they?
Who are you?
My name's Valentine. Your wife sent me to find you, Mr. Jensen.
Oh. Yeah, well, but it's no use, Valentine. He'll be back here in a few minutes.
Wait a minute. I'll get these ropes loose so you can help me.
Yeah, thanks. But
Why are they holding you, Mr. Jensen? You find out something crooked they're doing?
Yes. They caught me in the cave on the island. I'd overheard them. They're bringing in a lot of dope.
Yeah, so that's it. That's what I thought. Okay, now, if we can start the engine and get this boat underway before they get back here.
No, that's impossible, Valentine. That Captain Tonelli always locks the ignition. He's got the key with him.
Oh, better forget that then. Unless...
Well, how'd you come out? Can't we go back the same way?
Wouldn't be safe in that little rowboat. They'd spot us for sure. Our lives wouldn't be worth a nickel.
But we'll have to take that chance.
Hey, wait a minute. I got a better idea. And if I remember my mechanics well enough...
Oh, well, what are you going to do?
I'm going to try and save our skins and also turn over a load of illicit stuff to the proper parties. Now, come on over here and give me a hand.
Yes, just a minute.
Okay, she's in there. Now, I'll do the talking.
Yeah, all right, Harry.
George, you... Oh.
Yeah, hello, Miss Brooks.
What do you want?
I just knocked on your boyfriend's door. Didn't get an answer. He isn't in.
Oh, but he must be.
I said he isn't. Now, where is he?
Oh, I don't know. He said he might take a little walk outside, get some air.
Oh, yeah? Nothing about a radio message that was sent out a while ago?
Radio message? No. How would anybody on this island
She's
send...
lying. Sure she is. So we'll have to find Valentine ourselves.
But I don't understand.
You will. Tonelli.
Yeah?
Get the key from inside the door. Lock her in from the outside.
Okay.
And tell Cork and Mary to keep an eye on her.
Mm-hmm.
We'll finish it later. I got a pretty good idea where Valentine is. And I don't think you'll be very glad to see us. He's aboard, all right. There's the rowboat he came out in.
Yeah. What are you figuring to do, Harry?
Get rid of him, of course. Get the stuff ashore and then clear out. The boss will have it picked up.
What about the girl?
We'll take care of her when the time comes. Okay, get aboard.
Wow, Mr. Fraser and Captain Tonelli. What took you so long?
It's kind of hard to start an outboard motor when somebody's ripped the wire off the ignition. I don't suppose you know anything about that.
Me? How could I? I've been out here talking to the man you said you were.
Look, Harry, we're wasting time. Let's do it and get going.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Now, let's have your ignition keys, Tonelli.
Harry's got a gun.
Yeah, I know, so have I. Grab the old guy, Tonelli.
I'm down a target. You killed me.
Hold on. Take it easy, Fraser. No need to settle it this way. Okay. Nice shooting, friend.
He didn't hit you?
No, Mr. Jensen. Just knocked the gun out of my hand, which makes him the boss.
Yeah, that's right. Tonelli.
Yeah, Harry?
I'll keep these guys covered. You go aft and get those 2 extra anchors, the heavy ones.
What are you going to do?
Put them on outside on the deck, Tonelli, along with plenty of rope.
Okay, Harry. I'll go get him.
Now, look here, Fraser. I know you got us where you want us, but we can make a deal.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Don't want a couple of murders on your conscience, do you?
I'm not particular.
Look, wait a minute. Let's just say Mr. Jensen here and I don't know a thing. Come on now, put us ashore. Let us get the next boat back to the mainland. We'll forget we ever heard of Cortez
You think I'm a sap? You think I trust you?
Why not? Save you a lot of trouble.
It won't be much trouble. All I have to do is tie you to a couple of anchors, give you a little shove. That's all there is to it. No trouble.
I know it sounds easy. I still think we can make a deal.
Oh, quit trying to stall. Tonelli, hurry up.
Harry, it's a big boat pulling alongside. What? That's right, people.
Ahoy there! Valentine?
Hello.
Come on out on deck.
Can't make it, I'm afraid. Man in here has a gun on me. You better come aboard. Bring some men with you.
Okay, come on, man.
Who's that?
Just somebody dropping in for a social call. I was afraid for a few minutes they wouldn't get here for the party.
Harry, who are they? What do we do now?
Shut up, we'll see.
All right, you drop the gun.
Coast Guard.
I said drop the gun. Now, which one of you is Valentine?
That'd be the one without the gun, Lieutenant. Me.
Okay, where's the stuff you told us about?
My friend Fraser here will tell you about that with a little coaxing. He and Captain Tonelli there. Oh, and don't forget a little charge of kidnapping, too.
Yeah, nice work, Valentine. All right, you two, let's hear you start to talk.
You win, Valentine, but I don't see how you got him here.
I'll explain the whole thing on the way back, Fraser. And now, like the lieutenant says, let's talk.
Check these figures if you want proof that new RPM motor oil actually doubles engine life, the time between major overhauls due to lubrication. Even a cab company operating in the tough grind all cabs go through found new RPM added 100% to engine life. A new RPM exceeds the requirements of all automobile manufacturers who now recommend a heavy-duty type of oil. So for top protection under all driving conditions, get new RPM motor oil for your car at any independent Chevron gas station or standard station where they say and mean, we take better care of your car.
George.
Yeah, Angel?
I hate to think what would have happened if this Coast Guard boat hadn't come along to save you.
Oh, I knew they'd come all right. Just hoped they'd get there in time.
But how did you know they'd come?
Remember I told you that radio set in the cave would only send on one frequency?
Yes.
Well, the one on the boat was a standard job. I found the call book, got on the Coast Guard wavelength.
You told them where you were.
That's right. That's why I had you rip that wire off the outboard motor. Hold them up just long enough.
No. But it was too close for comfort. George, why don't you give all this up and we'll settle down?
Hey, that's a good idea. Let's go aft and settle down for a little fishing. I noticed some tackle back there.
George!
Tonight's adventure of George Valentine has been brought to you by Standard Oil Company of California on behalf of independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations throughout the West. Robert Bailey is starred as George, with Virginia Gregg as Brooksy. Let George Do It was written by Lloyd London and directed by Kenneth Webb. Betty Blythe was heard as Alice, Gigi Pearson as Mary, Forrest Lewis as Jensen, Joe Forte as Fraser, Herb Vigran as Cork, and Benny Rubin as Tonelli. The music is composed and presented by Eddie Dunstetter. Your announcer, John Heaston. Listen again next week, same time, same station, to Let George Do It. Let George Do It is heard overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. This is the Mutual Don Lee Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Well, that wasn't much of a mystery/solution to lead to our break. Usually, in the final break of the show, there's one part of the solution that's somewhat unclear, and George says, well, Brooksy, I'll let you know what happened right after we go to X. We go to commercial, and when we come back, he's done X, and it reveals the clue. In this case, George, how did you contact the Coast Guard? Well, Brooksy, I'll tell you when we get back. And he says, basically, Brooksy, I use the radio. That one radio in the cave was sort of unusual, though I will say that this particular episode was another one of those Lloyd London episodes, which I think are probably Bob Bailey episodes, to be truthful. These episodes that have had the Lloyd London writer have usually had a lot more of the adventure element and quite a bit less of the mystery. The one thing I have to note here, too, is sort of a declining role for Brooksy. I think early on in the show, and even, into 1950, One, she was really a very significant player as the sidekick. Some of these later scripts seem to be giving her kind of short shrift, so I hope we'll see some kind of shift back the other way. All right, well, now we turn to listener comments and feedback. Bob from Baltimore says, thanks for marking the 50th anniversary of the end of the golden age of radio with a tribute show. I've never heard these two particular episodes of Suspense and yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and I really enjoyed hearing them. I also liked the background you provided and commentary you added. Well, thanks so much, Bob, and I appreciate that, particularly the commentary, because I think it's been years since I've recorded so much commentary for a single episode. I think when I checked the length of commentary was, I think, about 15 minutes. But I thought it was a case where doing that much made sense. So I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I hope everyone else who got a chance to listen to that episode enjoyed that commemorative show. Linda asked, only recently discovered the podcast and have been listening daily to Pat Novak. In the Agnes Bolton episode, Hellman tells Novak, your Schicker was here checking fingerprints. Wondered if you realized that's Yiddish slang for drunkard. No, I didn't. Sometimes on some of those really hard to understand words, particularly with Pat Novak for Hire, because those were kind of moderate quality in terms of the recording sound. If I can't quite make it out or figure out what the word is, I think it's probably just a sound quality issue. So if you happen to notice any other Yiddish words I didn't call out, I'd be glad to hear more. Any other language for that matter. Always appreciate the little things that folks add to the discussion. All right, well, that'll do it for today. Join us back here tomorrow for Sherlock Holmes, and then next Wednesday another episode of Let George Do It. Well, today's episode has been brought to you by the support of our listeners. Thank you so much for all of your support. And now it is time to listen to today's episode of Sherlock Holmes. This one's called The Bloomsbury Ballad.
From New York City, the makers of Clipper Craft clothes for men and more than 1,200 leading retail stores from coast to coast present that immortal character created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes, starring John Stanley. This week's story, The Adventure of the Bloomsbury Ballad.
Holmes, why the deuce are we prowling around inside this deserted old house?
To observe, Watson, and perhaps to meet an occupant.
Confound it, Holmes. The place has been empty and boarded up for 30 years. No one lives here.
So, no one lives here, Watson. Listen.
We're at the door of Dr. John Watson's study, and we're about to hear another of his adventures with the fabulous Sherlock Holmes.
Well, good evening, Mr. Harris.
Good evening, Dr. Watson. What memoir do you have for us tonight, sir?
I called it The Adventure of the Bloomsbury Ballad, Mr. Harris. And after you've presented your audience with a few facts on Clipper Craft clothes, I shall be very glad to tell you the whole story.
Thank you, Doctor. Consider the words inexpensive and value. Now, the price of a suit tells you whether or not it is inexpensive, but tells you nothing about its quality. So you must consider not only the cost, but also what you get for your money before you can be sure you have a real value. And two words that really, truly mean honest value are Clippercraft, because Clippercraft means higher quality at lower prices. And Clippercraft clothes are available at your local independent Clippercraft dealer, the store you can trust. You can always identify these clothes by the famous Clippercraft label, the wheel of a clipper ship. Just examine Clippercraft's expensive-looking topcoats and overcoats at only $40 to $47.50. Then check Clippercraft's handsome new zipper-lining topcoats, and you'll see how much less you'll pay for quality that's finer. Yes, for the real meaning of the word value. Just compare Clippercraft with clothes selling for many dollars more. And now, Dr. Watson, what about the adventure of the Bloomsbury Ballad?
Well, Mr. Harris, it took place just before the turn of the century, in December of 1899. And this time, Holmes and I became involved through an old and personal friendship of mine. On Bloomsbury Square here in London stood a once imposing townhouse, which for 30 years had been empty and boarded up. Perhaps, Mr. Harris, I'm getting ahead of my story. It actually begins in the legal office of the Honorable Reginald Dudley, solicitor, on Chancery Lane near the Temple. One afternoon, Mr. Dudley received an unexpected visitor.
So, you don't recognize me, Mr. Dudley?
Look here, my dear sir. I'm a very busy man. You've come to my office without an appointment. I assure you that I haven't the faintest idea who you are.
Then let me refresh your memory, Mr. Dudley. 30 years ago, a financier named Sir Percy Whitford owned a great house on Bloomsbury Square. He had 2 daughters, the eldest Elaine, the younger Elizabeth, a beautiful girl with great talent at the harp. Elizabeth, incidentally, married a man named Arthur Harvey. Shall I go on?
Yes, go on.
Sir Percy Whitford became involved in some illegal financial scandal, and the family was disgraced. Arthur Harvey, because of the stain on the family name, left the Whitfords, vanished. And Sir Percy, with his 2 daughters, fled England, sailed for Canada.
You seem to be well informed so far, my friend.
I am indeed. A reason you shall learn later. But proceed. The vessel carrying the Whitfords went down off Ireland, with no survivors. The residue of the Whitford estate, some £50,000, and the old house, is now being administered by yourself as solicitor.
That is true. But since there are no living relatives of the Whitfords, the old house goes up for auction next week, and the money disposed of at my discretion.
Now, Mr. Dudley, that is where you're mistaken.
What do you mean?
There is a living relative of the Whitfords.
Oh, indeed.
Who? Myself. I am Arthur Harvey.
You are
yes,
Arthur...
Mr. Dudley, and I have the credentials to prove it. As the husband of Elizabeth Whitford, deceased, I am the sole heir to the Whitford fortune.
Yes? Who is it? The room clerk here at the hotel, Mr. Harvey. I have a message for you, sir.
Oh, just a moment. What the? You! No! No, don't!
By Jove, Holmes.
What is it, Watson?
Well, according to the Morning Telegraph here, a man named Arthur Harvey, recently returned from India, was stabbed to death in his rooms at the Travellers' Club on Pall Mall yesterday evening. The official police have no clues to the identity of the mysterious assailant.
Indeed, a most regrettable affair, no doubt. What is it, Watson? You look a bit upset.
Well, Holmes, I knew Arthur Harvey many years ago in India. We fought through the Afghan war together. Indeed, he saved my life from the Ghazis near Kandahar.
Really?
You know, I recall his telling me he was the sole member by marriage of the now extinct Whitford family on Bloomsbury Square.
I see. And so you would like to catch his murderer and avenge his death?
Yes, Holmes, I would indeed.
In that case, Watson, let us proceed at once to Pall Mall and the Travellers' Club. Lucky the official police haven't moved the body yet. Arthur Harvey here was stabbed at the entrance to the door here, fell back into the room, dressed in nightrobe and on the point of retiring. The knife was plunged deep and straight into the heart, and... Aha!
What is it, Holmes?
Note, Watson. Observe on the dead man's nightrobe a tiny bit of yellow paper in the shape of a star.
What about it?
This is a bit of paper clipped by a railway ticket collector's punch.
You mean Harvey here was riding a train just before...
No. The killer was riding a train before he came here, Watson. This bit of paper from the ticket collector's punch clung to his coat. When the assassin stabbed Harvey, the paper remnant was transferred from the killer's coat to Harvey's nightrobe in the close contact. Now then, Watson.
Yes, Holmes?
I recall reading that the Whitford house on Bloomsbury Square is up for auction next week with a solicitor named Reginald Dudley as administrator.
That is correct.
Add to that the fact that Arthur Harvey here was the legitimate heir to the property, and we have an intriguing problem.
By Jove, Holmes, you're right.
Quite. But now suppose we divide forces. You investigate the origin of this ticket punch with the London railway system, and I shall pay a call on Mr. Dudley.
And you have no idea who might have murdered Arthur Harvey, Mr. Dudley?
No, Mr. Holmes, I do not. You must be aware, however, that Harvey might have had several enemies.
Indeed?
Yes. You see, there are still many claimants to the Wickford estate. Some impostors, some with vague claims. Some of these people were desperate for money, and, well, you understand?
Yes, quite. To destroy the only legitimate heir would re-establish other claims in the court. An obvious conclusion, Mr. Dudley. Perhaps too obvious. And before I leave, you are left-handed, are you not, Mr. Dudley?
Well, yes, I am, but how did...
A few elementary observations not worthy of explanation. I wish to point out, however, that you have a black smudge on your left cuff, a rather jarring note in an otherwise fastidious ensemble. Now, Mr. Dudley, I must bid you good evening. Ah, Watson, any results?
Holmes, I've been running around London like a madman trying to trace down that ticket punch. I've been to every railway station above and under the ground.
Oh, come, man, get to the point. Did you find the origin of that ticket remnant?
Yes, Holmes, I did. It was used last night by a collector on the Central London Railway. And he used that particular ticket punch between the stations of the British Museum in Bloomsbury and Chancery Lane.
Bloomsbury to Chancery Lane. Capital, Watson. You've completed a first-class bit of investigation. We're making excellent progress. Come, let's be off.
Where to, Holmes?
Bloomsbury Square. I should like to have a look at the old Wickford house. Well, Watson, there it is. The old Wickford house.
Yes, Holmes. Confounded, why are we down here on Bloomsbury Square in the dead of night just to look at
it?
Where?
At that window on the upper story. A light.
Light? I don't see any light, Holmes. You must be mistaken.
On the contrary, I'm quite sure I saw the glimmer of a light, and I'm positive this house has an occupant.
The place has been deserted for 3 decades.
Has it, Watson? Suppose we effect an entrance and see for ourselves.
Well, Dr. Watson, this is an unusual adventure. What about that light in the window of the deserted house? What happened after that?
A series of very strange events, Mr. Harris. And I shall relate them to you immediately after you present a few facts on Clippercraft clothes.
You may not know it, but you have a personal value scout right in your own hometown. Your private agent is the friendly independent store in your community that sells clothes with the Clippercraft label. Your Clippercraft dealer spent plenty of time seeking out the greatest clothing value your money could buy. And naturally, he chose Clippercraft. And why wouldn't he? When Clippercraft makes it possible for you to own one of the most luxurious suits you've ever seen for only $40 or $45, and a Clippercraft suit of pure worsted for as little as $45. A suit with more hand-tailoring details than you would ever expect to find at that low price. It takes great planning to give you so much fine quality for so little money. In fact, it takes the concentrated buying power of more than 1,200 independent Clippercraft dealers from coast to coast. That's why men who know insist on Clippercraft clothes bearing the Clippercraft label. So be sure to visit the Clippercraft store in your city.
These leading stores in the metropolitan area are proud to add their names to Clippercraft in your suits, topcoats, and overcoats. In Manhattan, John Wanamaker Men's Stores, Broadway at 8th and 67 Liberty Street. Saks 34th, Broadway at 34th. In Brooklyn, Abraham and Strauss. In Newark, New Jersey, Boulevard Men's Shop, Kresge, Newark. And in Jamaica, the B&B Clothes Shop, 16408 Jamaica Avenue.
Now, Dr. Watson, you were relating to us the adventure of the Bloomsbury Ballad.
So I was, Mr. Harris. So I was. As you remember, Holmes saw a light in the window and determined to effect an entrance. We managed to get into the house through a ground floor window. Then we started to prowl through the house, through the cold, dark rooms laden with the dust of the years, cluttered with grotesque furniture and the relics of a musty past. And then...
By Jove. By Jove.
Holmes, what the devil is it? Who is it? Sounds like a ghostly musician upstairs playing a...
Precisely, Watson. A harp.
But why, Holmes? Why? Why would anyone play a harp here in this empty, gloomy house?
Suppose we go upstairs and see. Watson, music's coming from behind this door. Suppose we enter and meet our ghostly musician.
Holmes, it's an old lady. Look how she's dressed. The style of 30 years ago.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening, gentlemen. My, but I'm afraid you startled me.
Did we?
Oh, indeed you did. I had no idea we were to have callers this evening. Oh, then welcome to Wickford House.
Holmes. Thank you, madam.
Won't you sit by the fire and warm us? Just my sister Elaine will be here presently.
Elaine?
Yes, I am Elizabeth Wickford, and my sister is Elaine.
Well, that's absurd. You're both supposed to
Quiet, Watson. Miss Wickford, allow me to present Dr. Watson. I am Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, Dr. Watson, Sherlock Holmes, how nice, how very nice. Didn't I meet you at the reception last week?
Reception, madam? What reception?
Why, Buckingham Palace to Her Majesty Queen Victoria. I must say Her Majesty looks very young for 35.
Queen Victoria's gone, you know. Now it's Edward.
I'm afraid we were not invited to the reception, madam. I trust it was a brilliant affair.
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. Lovely, lovely. A distinguished gathering. I met Benjamin Disraeli, Jenny Lind, Alfred Tennyson.
Holmes, now the woman is mad. All these people are dead.
Yes, quite Watson. Yes, Miss Wickford, they're all famous indeed. This is a great and fruitful year for Britain, isn't it?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, yes, indeed. And in less than 30 years, we shall all be seeing the turn of a new century. Isn't it exciting?
It's amazing.
In a few days now, it will be the new year, 1873. Oh, I do wish Arthur was with me now.
Arthur?
Oh, yes. Arthur Harvey, my husband. You see, I am really Mrs. Arthur Harvey. But, Arthur left me not long ago. Something about one of Father's unfortunate financial transactions. Sir Percy Wickford, you know.
And you don't know where Arthur is?
No, Mr. Holmes. But every evening at this time here in my house, I play the harp. Arthur loves the harp. In that selection I was just playing was his favorite. I play it in the hope that he will return to me someday.
Let us hope, madam, that he will.
Elizabeth.
Oh!
Elizabeth, is there someone with you?
Oh, Elaine, come into the sitting room, my dear.
Elizabeth, I was once... Oh.
Elaine, this is Mr. Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson, gentlemen. My sister Elaine with me.
How do you do?
I cannot say that I've had the pleasure.
We had some acquaintance with Arthur Harvey.
Isn't that lovely, Elaine? They know Arthur, and of course we shall ask them to stay to tea, gentlemen.
Oh, we should be delighted.
Elizabeth, dear, it's rather late, and I don't think...
Oh, please, Elaine, it's so lonely in this big house, and we haven't had gentlemen callers in such a long time.
Very well. Suppose you continue with your music, Elizabeth, until tea is ready. I'll chat with our two guests in the library.
Oh, you are such a dear, Elaine. Oh, won't it be cozy to have tea before the fire again?
By Jove, Miss Elaine, we were sure you were dead.
As far as the world knows, Dr. Watson, we are dead. Now that you two are here, I'm afraid we cannot keep our secret any longer. The fact is, we were on that ship with our father, Sir Percy, when it went down. But Elizabeth and I found a raft and made our way to shore.
Yet you deliberately concealed the fact that you were alive.
Yes, Mr. Holmes. After our father disgraced us, we wanted to hide from the world.
And you've lived here in absolute seclusion for 30 years?
Yes, Dr. Watson, for 30 years. No one else has ever been here. No tradesman, no other visitor. I go out only at night to purchase the necessities.
I see. Rather unusual situation, isn't it, Watson?
I should say so. Miss Elaine, about your sister Elizabeth, I can't say I quite understand.
Oh, Elizabeth. Well, you see, I'm afraid she's a little unbalanced, Dr. Watson. The shock of the family disgrace, the disappearance of her husband, the shipwreck, all caused her to lose her mind. She actually thinks she's living back in 1872.
Yes, so we gathered. But as to Arthur Harvey, Miss Whitford, I presume you have not yet heard the news.
What?
Arthur Harvey is dead.
Arthur? Dead?
Yes. He was murdered here in London last night.
Oh, I see. Well, perhaps it is just as well. Elizabeth was beyond all hope long ago, and she could not stand another shock. I ask only that you gentlemen humor her, as I have, while you are here.
We will indeed.
You can count on us, Miss Whitford.
Thank you, gentlemen. And now, shall we go in to tea?
A most interesting tea, Watson. Well, here we are at the rear entrance.
Jove, Holmes, it's fantastic. Those two elderly women living alone in this gloomy old house, living in the past. Holmes, what the deuce are you looking at?
The surface of this long pathway to the street. There's a layer of coal dust on it.
What of it, Holmes? They burn coal in the fireplace.
Precisely, Watson. And you couldn't have failed to observe that the coal scuttle of the hearth was almost empty, and that the two elderly ladies will need more fuel by tomorrow night.
What the devil are you talking about? The Wickford sisters
are not the Wickford sisters, Watson. They are clever impostors working with the assassin who killed your friend Harvey.
You took your time getting that bucket of coal here tonight, Dudley.
I should say you did, Mr. Solicitor. You've been late with it every night. What do you expect us to do, freeze to death?
Now, see here, you two. I'm sick and tired of having to carry that confounded coal up that long garden path.
Oh, indeed, you're sick and tired.
Yes, what about us, Margie and me, hanging about this old house, dressed up in these silly clothes, posing as a couple of balmy old ladies, the Wickford sisters?
You just have to see it through until the auction comes off and the authorities discover you living
Oh,
here.
very well, we'll see it through. But we each get a third of the inheritance, mind you.
You'll get it, you'll get it.
And while we're on the subject of discovery, it might interest you to know we had a couple of gentlemen callers last night.
Gentlemen callers? Who?
Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. Not that they found anything. We pulled the wool over their eyes, we did.
Sherlock Holmes.
Precisely. Dudley.
Holmes.
Dr. Watson and I decided to return again tonight for more tea, Dudley. And I'd advise all of you not to make a false move. My colleague has a pistol, as you see, and he will not hesitate to use it.
Jove, Holmes, here in our rooms at Baker Street, this whole thing seems like an unpleasant dream. The whole thing was a clever, romantic swindle, eh?
Yes, quite. Dudley killed Arthur Harvey to remove the last legitimate heir.
Yes, but Holmes, how the deuce did you know that Dudley...
The ticket punch proved that the killer had made a train journey from Bloomsbury to Chancery Lane. And Dudley's office is on Chancery Lane. But the empty coal scuttle at the Wickford fireplace was by far the most salient clue, Watson.
How?
Both Elizabeth and Elaine are elderly ladies. They needed coal to heat that sitting room, and neither was strong enough to carry a full coal bucket up that long garden path. But no tradesman could have carried out the task, since the secret would be discovered. Yet it had to be a man with a man's strength.
And that man had to be Reginald Dudley.
Precisely. Especially since Dudley was left-handed, and since I had noted a black smudge on his left cuff when I saw him at his legal office.
Holmes, for my part, well, I'm profoundly grateful to him. After all, it was my personal friendship with Arthur Harvey that...
Not at all, my dear fellow, not at all. I found the adventure most invigorating. And with your indulgence, Watson, I should like to add a final conclusion to your memoirs.
Yes, Holmes? What conclusion?
You may quote me, Watson, as saying that, in my opinion, the violin is a much more pleasing instrument than the harp.
Dr. Watson, that was an interesting adventure.
Thank you, Mr. Harris.
And, Doctor, what adventure will you relate to us next week?
Next week's story, Mr. Harris, is called The Adventure of the Devil's Foot. It concerns some wild laughter, a lamp that burned by day, and a strange footprint in the garden.
The makers of Clippercraft clothes and more than 1,200 stores from coast to coast have brought you another in the new series of broadcasts featuring the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Our stories are based upon the character Sherlock Holmes, created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and the program is produced and directed by Basil Loughrane. Sherlock Holmes is played by John Stanley, Dr. Watson by George Selden. This week's story was written by Max Ehrlich with special music by Albert Berman. If you don't know your Clippercraft dealer, write Clippercraft, 200 Fifth Avenue, New York City. Infantile paralysis knows no mercy. It stalks the country, leaving its hideous mark on helpless little children. It must be stopped, but it can't be stopped without your help. Millions of dollars are needed, so send all the dimes and dollars you can spare to your local March of Dimes headquarters. Join the March of Dimes. Be sure to listen next week to Sherlock Holmes in The Adventure of the Devil's Foot. This is Cy Harris speaking for Clippercraft Clothes. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Well, they kind of tried to head fake us on this episode, with Holmes declaring that the obvious solution, that the lawyer did it, might be too simple. Of course, it might be, but it wasn't. This had some interesting elements going for it. I kind of get a feeling, it does feel like there was something more they could have done with this overall plot, but I'm not quite sure what. But another episode of Sherlock Holmes on Thursday. And speaking of Sherlock Holmes on Thursday, Patrick asked a question over on Facebook. I don't watch a lot of network TV except for The Simpsons, but are you going to watch the new CBS show Elementary? The reviews have been good, but I hope it's not a knockoff of the very good PBS series with Benedict Cumberbatch. I would like to hear your review. Well, thanks so much, Patrick. I actually hadn't heard about the series in advance. When I was down at the Red Cross for a blood donation, one of the gentlemen who was taking my information, he said, you might want to check it out, because they know that I'm a fan of Columbo, because during the longer donations, I sit there and I watch a whole Columbo mystery movie. And so I came home, and CBS has it up on their website, and I watched it on Saturday. My overall thoughts on the episode, in some ways, and again, this is just based on the pilot, so the second week's episode, which I think I'll probably check out, may change my impression. But what it reminded me of, in a way, was my thoughts on Dick Wolf's L.A. Dragnet series. In my view, the L.A. Dragnet series was a police procedural which featured a Sergeant Friday and Smith investigating crimes, but really did not tap into or try to portray the characters that appeared over television and radio. Nor was there any attempt to update the character to what, for example, or how Joe Friday would act if he had been born in the more modern times. And I get the same feeling about this Holmes series. The name of Sherlock Holmes was introduced to give the show an edge. But in reality, the character is just very dissimilar. The PBS series, Sherlock, tried to imagine how Sherlock Holmes would be like if he were born in today's times. Really, there are so many disconnects. That's not really what they're trying to do. The long line of differences include things like the cases occurring in New York City rather than in London. Sherlock Holmes having a rich father owning property all around the world. Dr. Watson being a woman, and not actually a doctor, but a physician whose license was pulled, and who found herself working as a companion to Holmes, who, in this story, the television series, is a recovering drug addict. Now, to be honest, the series had much more of a monk feel, with a particularly when you look back in the Sharona era, where you have a medical professional becoming a assistant to an eccentric detective who is trying to make a comeback after a life-shattering event. The mystery itself was actually pretty engaging. I wouldn't put it quite up with a Columbo or early season first 3 season Monk, but probably quality of about a 4th or 5th season Monk episode. I do wonder whether the series will make it. Taking on the name of Sherlock Holmes definitely does have some serious risk. That name, it comes with a lot of weight, a lot of expectations, and for me, I don't necessarily feel that the show met a lot of those. In addition to that, the pilot had a few sexually suggestive scenes that may make some parents uncomfortable, though this was a pilot, and often shows will change some direction on that as the series goes on. So my honest review after the first episode, I give it about 3 stars out of 5, and wait and see what else they have on tap for us. Thanks so much for the question, Patrick. And I found it interesting they chose Thursday, which is the same day I chose to do Sherlock Holmes. And we have a comment on Podcast Alley from W. Brower. Love to listen to the mix of detective shows when I'm on my walk and before sleep. I had to wait 2 hours for a new state driver's license. What a blessing to have them to listen to during the wait. Well, thanks so much. Sorry it took so long. Must have been quite a line there. Then I received an email from Bob who writes, I drive truck and really enjoy your podcast. I'm hoping you could send me an email, as I'm always listening to your shows long after they air and would like to support your effort the next time you do a drive. That can definitely be a challenge. I know a lot of people listen behind and, catch up on hundreds of shows ahead of the ones we're doing. If you're listening to this, the times I'm going to try to, for the sake of that, to keep our listener support drives to between twice a year, between mid-February and early March, and between mid-August and early September. So that will always be the time we're going to do the listener support campaign. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, as they say down south. All right, well, that will do it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with Sherlock Holmes. And today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thank you so much for all of your support. This episode today is usually listed as the 201st episode of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. But usually sites that count this count a CBS documentary on mental illness has somehow gotten into most people's logs. So in reality, this is the 200th episode of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. This one is called The Beauregard Matter.
For your listening enjoyment, John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
Dave Brace, Johnny. Plymouth Mutual.
Oh, hiya, Dave.
Johnny, sapphires are bad luck.
Yeah, so are black cats.
Cats don't get stolen, though. Or at least we don't insure them.
How much?
30,000. Does the name Benny Stark mean anything to you?
Benny Stark. Yeah, jewel thief. Couple of convictions. I haven't heard of him lately.
Well, you're hearing now. Rockport, outside of Chicago, wants to talk a deal. He apparently has the sapphire necklace.
Who's your client, Dave?
A girl named Ellen Beauregard, big wheel in Rockport society. I've already made your plane and hotel reservations and gave Benny your name.
Right here, I have a few words to say, and I'll say them as quickly as possible. You know, someone once said that everyone and everything in America depends on speed, and that as our country grows older, we all move faster. But it wasn't much more than 100 years ago that the fastest anyone could travel was at the speed of a running horse, which wasn't very fast when you compare it to the speed of our latest jet plane. And talk about going to the moon at 25,000 miles an hour. And during that same 100 years or so, we've grown from the first crude telegraph to the perfection of color television. Yes, this increased speed in transportation, communication, and everything else has changed almost everything in our country, including the Cabinet of the United States. For example, up to World War II, there wasn't any reason why the War and Navy departments shouldn't be directly responsible to the President. But then, there was a growing need for the speeding up of military action and decision, calling for unified commands and a more closely knit integration of military activities. Thus, our Department of Defense was born, creating a new cabinet post to coordinate and execute the overall general policies relating to the armed forces. And the secretary heading this new Department of Defense became the representative to the President for the newly designated secretaries of the Army, Navy, and more recently the Air Force. In the future, our fast-moving world may add even more members to the President's cabinet to ensure the safety and well-being of our United States.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Plymouth Mutual Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Beauregard matter. Expense account item 1, $58.40. Airfare and incidentals to Rockport, Illinois. I checked into the Bleecker Hotel and waited for a contact from one Benny Stark, jewel thief. I planned to see the Beauregards later, but instead the Beauregards came to see me. Or anyway, one of them did.
I'm Jared Beauregard, Mr. Dollar. It was my niece, Ellen, from whom the necklace was stolen. May I...
Oh, sure. Come in, Mr. Beauregard. Have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
This is a little unexpected. I just got in town.
Well, Mr. Brace of the insurance company wired us you were coming. I wanted to talk to you before you saw Ellen.
Oh, I see.
My niece is a remarkable girl, Mr. Dollar. A trifle headstrong at times, though, and not always inclined to use the best judgment.
Well, I guess that could apply to most of us.
Yes, of course. Tell me, Mr. Dollar, do you have any hope that the necklace may be recovered?
I think so. It's fairly certain, in fact.
Well, Ellen will be very happy. It was an engagement gift, you understand, from Phil Avery, her fiancé. She was quite broken up when it was stolen.
Yes, I imagine. $30,000 is quite a loss.
Well, it's more the sentiment attached than the beauty of it. You've seen the necklace, Mr. Dollar?
No, but I have photographs of it.
Oh, yes, from the insurance company.
About your niece, Mr. Beauregard. Just what was it you wanted to tell me? Excuse me. Johnny Dollar.
This is Benny, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, okay, shoot.
You know where the Pink Pigeon is?
No, but I'll find it.
Well, it's south of town. I'll meet you there at 9 o'clock tonight. Back booth behind the bar. Make it?
Yeah, sure. Have you, got the item?
I got more than that. I got information that'll blow the lid off. I've been double-crossed, Dollar, and I'm
What do you mean, double-cross?
Uh-huh. First, we make a deal. See you tonight.
I've got to run along, Mr. Dollar. I didn't really have anything in particular, just that, well, Ellen is too impulsive sometimes, but she never means any harm by it. I'm sure you understand.
Expense account item 2, $14 to hire a car. Benny was on ice until 9 o'clock, so I decided to call on Ellen Beauregard, a girl who was too headstrong and impulsive, but didn't mean any harm by it. Uncle Jarrett was wrong, though. I didn't understand. I left the car near the Beauregard coach house and walked down the terrace toward the entrance. Ahead of me, in a glassed-in sunroom, a man and a girl were so busy with each other that they didn't even notice me. A highly romantic scene. The mistress of the house, probably. The only trouble, though, she was wearing a maid's uniform. She was still a little flushed when she answered the door.
Good afternoon, sir.
I'd like to see Miss Ellen Beauregard. My name is Johnny Dollar.
Dollar, you're the investigator on the robbery.
Dave must have wired everybody in town.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Won't you come in?
Thanks.
If you'll wait there, please, I'll tell Miss Beauregard you're here.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Bye, Ellen. See you later. Oh, hello. You must be the insurance fellow?
You, too.
Ellen said you were due in town today. I'm Phil Avery, Miss Darling.
How do you do?
Ellen and I are engaged. I gave her that necklace that was stolen.
Yes, I know.
I certainly hope you can get it back. The insurance won't cover the sentimental value.
Sentimental value?
Yes. Oh, I know. I saw you come up on the terrace, but appearances are deceiving sometimes. I wouldn't want you to misunderstand.
Oh, I think I understand perfectly, Mr. Avery.
Good. Well, I got to run. My offices are in the Central Bank building. Drop in if there's any information you'd like.
Thanks, I will.
Bye.
I'm awfully sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Dollar.
Quite all right, Miss Beauregard. Gave me a chance to meet your fiancé.
Oh, isn't Phil a darling? Headstrong sometimes, impulsive, but he...
That never means any harm by it? That is?
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Well, I suppose you want to know all about the robbery.
No, I think I know most of it already. I would like to see the safe, though.
Oh, yes, of course. It's over here behind the painting. You've just got to find that necklace, Mr. Dollar. I feel so guilty about it.
Guilty? Why?
Well, because it was a gift from Phil, and not that I was careless, but... well, I'm sure you understand. Here it is, back of the portrait.
An old-fashioned one, huh?
Everything in the house is. Our family's been around quite a while.
Yes. Wouldn't be much of a job for a professional safecracker. How'd they get into the house, Miss Beauregard? Force a lock somewhere?
No, they must have had a key. You see, I'd gone out for the afternoon, and Uncle Jarrett was off somewhere, and the house was empty.
Your maid wasn't here?
Lois? No, after I left, she decided to go into town to do some shopping or something. Oh, they couldn't have picked a better time.
No, they couldn't have.
Oh, say, incidentally, you'll probably be talking to Uncle Jarrett, and I wanted to warn you about him. Of course, he means well, but...
Is he headstrong and impulsive, too?
No, it's just that he's, well, a little vague. I'm sure you understand, Mr. Dollar.
It was nearly dark when I left, filled with understanding and with a lot of questions about the Beauregard establishment that still needed answering. I started to open the door of my car when I caught a flash of white at the corner of the coach house. Somebody had seen me and then tried to duck out of sight. I walked across the drive and moved quietly up to the corner. Evening, Lois. Can I help you with that?
No, I was just going to burn some trash.
Well, fine. Let me put it in the incinerator for you.
No, please.
Oh, it's no trouble. I'll just... Say, have you sorted through this? There's something heavy inside these papers.
Please, let me have it. You won't understand.
Well, you're the first one around here who hasn't thought so.
Lois!
She sounds impatient. You better run along. I'll take care of this for you.
No, please, you... Oh!
I knew what it was already. And in a moment, I had it unwrapped. A .32 caliber revolver. And one chamber had been fired. Recently.
Mr. Dollar?
I slipped the gun in my pocket and shoved the papers into the incinerator.
Mr. Dollar?
Right here, Miss Beauregard.
Oh, I saw your car was still in the driveway, and I...
Just checking the layout of the grounds. I'm leaving now.
Oh. Lois just came in from somewhere in this direction.
Oh?
Was she talking to you by any chance?
Oh, we passed the time of day.
Well, don't believe anything she tells you.
Any definite reason why not?
Oh, I've caught her in all sorts of lies. I didn't want to say anything inside. She might have been listening.
How long has she been with you?
4 months. She goes out in the afternoon sometimes, and I know she lies about where she's been.
Do you think she had something to do with the robbery?
I don't know. I'm only suggesting that you check very carefully on anything she might tell you.
Well, if she's like you say, why have you kept her?
Well, I've been planning to let her go, but... Well, objections were raised.
Who raised the objection?
Uncle Jared.
When I got back to the hotel and went to my room, I had another surprise waiting for me.
Come right in, son. Have a seat.
Oh, thanks. I could be in the wrong room, of course.
Not if you're Mr. Dollar. You know a fellow named Benny Stark?
Not exactly. I'm looking forward to meeting him, though.
I see. You got business with him?
I might. Do I have any with you?
My name's Cotton, Mr. Dollar. I'm the chief of police here.
Oh, I see. How did you get on to me?
Found your name where Stark had written it down. Had your room number here at the hotel. He a friend of yours?
Well, I guess we might as well work together, Chief. I'm an insurance investigator, checking on that Beauregard robbery.
Ah, so that's it.
Stark is a jewel thief. He phoned the company and offered to talk a deal. I've got an appointment with him at 9 tonight.
Yeah, I don't reckon you're going to be able to keep it.
Why not?
Because this Stark fella got himself shot a few hours ago. Real shot. Dead, in fact.
Murdered?
Yep. Found him in a rooming house over across town. You wouldn't know anything about it, would you, Mr. Dollar?
I might. What kind of a gun was it?
32 revolver, according to Ballad.
Well, this might be the gun.
Fired, all right. Where'd you get it?
I took it away from Lois, Beauregard's maid. He was trying to hide it in the incinerator. You might have it checked, but I doubt if it's registered.
It's registered.
Huh?
We don't have many guns around town here. I recognize this one. Belongs to Jared Beauregard.
Uncle Jared, huh? What about these Beauregards? Who are they? What are they?
Old line family, 4 generations. Just the 2 of them now, Jared and Ellen. Not as wealthy as they once were, maybe. You never know, though. Lately, at least, Jared seems to have plenty of money.
Lately?
Oh, not just since the robbery, if that's what you think. And I meant the last 4 or 5 months.
What about this Phil Avery?
Been here a couple of years. Fine young fellow, civic leader. Everybody was pretty tickled when they got engaged last spring. Figured they was meant for each other.
Well, he goes in for lavish gifts, at least.
Expecting anybody?
No. Who is it?
Lois, I've got to talk to you, Mr. Dollar.
Just a second. Want to dodge into the bathroom and listen in?
Good idea.
Come in, Lois.
Thank you. I've got to have it back, Mr. Dollar.
What?
The gun. Please, Mr. Dollar, it's not the way it looks. Someone's trying to get me in trouble. I found the gun.
Where?
Hidden under the mattress of my bed. I got scared. I was trying to get rid of it when you stopped me. Tonight in the paper it says a man's been shot.
Did you know him?
Yes.
You know whose gun this is?
No, I don't know anything about it. Give it to me, please.
I'd like to, Lois, but I'm afraid it's not that simple.
All right, Chief.
know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? As a boy, his general health was bad. But as a man, he was a dynamo of energy. He was only 42 when he became president, the youngest man ever to hold that position. His administration was a fairly untroubled one. There was still no income tax. Other taxes were comparatively low, and the United States was in a peaceful era. Conservation of our natural resources was one of his greatest concerns as president, and in 1902 he signed a bill putting the Reclamation Act into action. If you don't have his name by now, here's one more important clue. During his administration, work was begun on the Panama Canal. Who was he? Theodore Roosevelt, 26th President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account item 3, $2.90. 2 hamburger steak lunches the next day at noon in the Bleecker Hotel Grill. Apparently a favorite daytime eating place for the president of the Central City Bank.
Oh, hey, oh, my. That's you mind passing me that Tabasco sauce, Mr. Dollar?
Oh, here you are.
Oh, I love it on hamburger. I love hamburger, for that matter. Just a proletarian at heart, I guess.
Maybe so, but you've got some pretty aristocratic clients, haven't you?
Well, that's a bank for you. Guess you mean the Beauregard. Oh, here, try some of the sauce.
Thanks.
My. Oh, they're aristocratic enough as far as the family background is concerned. A social position, that sort of thing, but when it comes to money, that's another story. When you want to know about a man's economic status, just ask his banker.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah, so you are. Now, you understand, Mr. Dollar, that I wouldn't ordinarily let this information out.
Yes,
The fact is, though the town figures they're rolling in it, Beauregards are broke. Near flat broke. They have been for a couple of years.
What about that house? The estate?
No, it's mortgaged to the hilt. Like a few other properties they've still managed to hang on to. But cash, no, they haven't got it. You gonna eat that butter, Mr. Miller?
Huh? Oh, no. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah. Except the last 3 or 4 months. You know, it's a funny thing. Old Jarrett seems to be going around with a pocket full of money. Probably borrowing it from his prospective son-in-law.
Bill Avery, huh? How is he fixed financially?
Oh, how is he fixed? A man who can afford a $30,000 engagement gift? I've never looked through his account, but I'd say that if he doesn't have it, he soon will have. Oh, my, that boy's a go-getter.
Pretty well thought of, huh?
Elected him to the board of directors of the bank last month. You're not going to eat that roll? Oh, thank you. I don't know how he finds time for it, that boy. He's got a half a dozen jobs already. He had to postpone his wedding, even. They were supposed to get married 3 weeks ago.
Oh, I see. Lois, the Beauregard maid, wouldn't have anything to do with that, would she?
Oh, gossip. Oh, what gets around that gossip? Well, she's a pretty little thing, you know. And a man who's about to tie himself down for life, well, you know how that is.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it'd be just too bad if Ellen found out about it, though. This town would be in for some real excitement if she found... Oh, would you pass that sauce again, Mr. Dollar?
Afternoon, Chief. I have a couple... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were busy.
Well, that's all right. Come on in. You know Mr. Avery, I believe.
Yes, we've met.
How are you, Mr. Dollar? Glad you came. This concerns you, too.
Well, Mr. Avery figures we're doing this girl Lois an injustice.
She's not involved in any of this, Mr. Dollar, either the theft or the murder. She's not the kind. I know her.
How well, Mr. Avery?
Well enough to know that she's a pretty fine person.
The only trouble is, Mr. Avery, I've got a pretty strong case against the girl. She was trying to dispose of the murder gun. She'd know the time, the house would be empty to set up the robbery. She could have given Benny Stark a key to get in.
One thing, though, Chief Cotton. We haven't found the necklace. Unless she can be tied up with that case won't stand.
We're still looking.
What about her room at the Beauregard's? Or places around the house that she might have access to?
First thing in the morning, we're going to take it to pieces, Mr. Dollar.
And you won't find a thing. Wait and see.
I'm afraid that's what we'll have to do, Mr. Avery. Wait and see. Well, you go on back and talk to her if you want. I told Ed you could have 15 minutes.
Thanks, Chief Cotton. See you, Mr. Dollar.
Right.
Now, what's on your mind, Mr. Dollar?
Jewelers. This is a photo of that necklace. Do you know any jeweler here in town who could make a duplicate imitation?
No. Have to go to Chicago for that.
Well, that's what I want to know. Whether somebody did go into Chicago 4 or 5 months ago.
Well, I could get Jim over here from Hawkley's jewelry store. He could give him a technical description over the phone. Chicago police work pretty fast. Might have some information back by this evening.
Good. I'll wait to hear from you. There was nothing more I could do until I heard from the Chicago police, so I went to my hotel room to wait it out. Johnny Dollar.
Ellen Beauregard, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, yes, Miss Beauregard.
We wondered if you'd come out to dinner tonight.
Well, that's awfully nice. Yes, I'd like to.
Good. Just the family. 7 o'clock, all right?
Fine. See you then. Expense account item 4, $14. Car rental for an additional 24 hours to attend dinner party at home of client. I arrived at 6:45, parked by the coach house, and then at 7 o'clock, I joined Phil Avery in the billiard room. We were about to start a game when the phone call I'd been hoping for came through. I took it on the extension in the entry hall. Johnny Dollar.
Chief Cotton, Mr. Dollar, just got word from Chicago.
Oh, good. Any luck?
Yes, they located the custom jeweler who made a copy of that necklace 5 months ago. He remembered it well.
Did he remember the client?
Yes. A girl whose description fits Ellen Beauregard to a T.
Then it all adds up. Oh, I found the necklace, by the way.
Well, maybe I'd better come out there.
The sooner the better, Chief. I'll see you. Well, good evening, Mr. Beauregard.
You've discovered our little family secret, I take it.
I'm afraid so.
I knew you would. I want to tell you. I warned Ellen, but she's headstrong. Of course, it was legal in the beginning.
But not later.
No.
You'd better ask Ellen to come down.
As you wish, Mr. Dollar.
Well, shall we start the game, Mr. Avery?
Right. Go ahead and break them. Let's make it straight pool. Huh?
Okay.
Good start. 2 on the break.
Like shooting quail in the brush. 4 ball in the corner pocket. By the way, Mr. Avery, you were right about Lois. She isn't guilty. She was being framed.
I told you so.
She's not involved in any of this except as an innocent bystander. Even though I found the necklace a little while ago hidden in her room.
You found it? Oh, good.
The Beauregards, though, are not quite so innocent.
Hmm?
The 7 ball in the side pocket.
What do you mean?
The Beauregards needed money. They were still keeping up a front, but they were broke. And when you started getting interested in Ellen, they figured you were their answer.
Make her sound pretty cold-blooded.
Oh, I don't think there was much love lost on either side. You were playing the same game.
Now, wait a minute.
It was a natural the way you saw it. Ellen, the last of an old line family, prominent, wealthy. Why, she was the key to open any door in town. So you gambled your stake on a $30,000 gift to show her that you weren't a fortune hunter.
Mr. Dollar, I don't like this.
12 ball in the far corner. Then, about a month ago, you had a chance to see the Beauregard accounts at the bank. Why, they were broker than you were.
I wasn't marrying Ellen for money.
Only trouble was you couldn't stand losing that 30-grand necklace. So you brought Benny Stark in, and he stole it for you. But when he gave it to you, he told you it was phony, and you thought he was double-crossing you. He got sore and decided to try for a deal with the insurance company. And that's why you killed him.
You're accusing me of murder, Mr. Dollar?
Let's see now, the 8-ball in the end pocket. Well, who else, Mr. Avery? Lois wasn't involved, except that you tried to frame her. The Beauregard knew the sapphire necklace was an imitation. You were the one who didn't.
It wasn't an imitation. I paid $30,000 for it.
Not this one. Ellen sold yours a month after you gave it to her. They've been living on the money. She had this one made in Chicago. That dirty look. Another clincher. You were the only one who heard me tell Chief Cotton that we'd have to find the necklace before we could convict Lois. So you brought it here tonight and planted it. Well, apparently I don't have to go on.
No, you don't.
Did you steal that gun from Uncle Jarrett, too?
Oh, no. This is my own. Better lay down that cue now and get your hands up. Slow and easy.
And if I don't, you...
Thanks, Miss Parker!
$1.
Oh. A billiard cue makes quite a weapon.
What's this all about?
Well, it seems your fiancé is the lad who had your safe rifled and then later killed his partner.
Killed him?
Yeah, I guess murder is worse than fraud.
What do you mean?
You filed an insurance claim on a necklace you'd already sold. I rather imagine the company is going to prosecute. Chief Cotton's on the way, Miss Beauregard. Expense account item 5, $114.10. Hotel, incidentals, and transportation back to Hartford. Expense account total, $203.40. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Welcome back. This is another one of those episodes that was done as a 5-parter. I don't remember which matter it was, but we'll get to see how this will develop over a 5-part series in just a few months. I will also say there's probably no cooler way to catch a villain than over a game of pool. Truly a fun way to do it. All right, well, now we turn to listener comments and feedback. After I give you a few programming notes, our video theater episode is coming up, and it's called Green Eyes. I would say the series is I would probably give it about a PG movie. It's from 1934. It's definitely a B feature. But it's adapted from a mystery novel and not half bad. I think you'll enjoy it. I'd say it's about a PG rating. The last death scene is a little bit intense. Certainly not for this modern generation, but perhaps compared to some of the other things we play. So just as always, parental discretion advised. And our first app extra of the month of October is coming up. And this one is an episode of the Screen Directors Playhouse called A Foreign Affair, starring John Lund and Lucille Ball. So that'll be there for you, for those who have the app or the premium site. And be sure to listen on Tuesday, where I'll have a special announcement about November's video theater. Now, Mike, he has a comment on Facebook. He says, "Hey, a big fan of your show. Where's your opening theme music from?" Thanks so much. We actually, it comes from an old-time radio program. It's what was done by the Armed Forces radio service at the end of the program. So that is where it comes from. Don't have a specific name for the piece, but I heard it, and, as I was listening to Pat Novak, which was one of the first shows we did, and I thought, this would make a pretty good series, so a pretty good theme. So thanks so much for the question, and thanks for listening to the show. I appreciate it. All right, well, that will do it for today. We will be back on Monday with The Adventures of Frank Ray. Sunday, be sure and watch for Green Eyes. And then on Friday, another episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar with John Lunn. And in the meanwhile, send your comments to box 13 at greatdetectives.net. Be sure and take our listener survey if you've not. Since in about the last year, go to survey.greatdetectives.net. And follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off. Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off. Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off. Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.